Alrighty, we are back in the Sunless Sea. Now, the last time we were here, we had finally, after so very long, picked up the Clattery Heart, our new ship, which we tracked down all across the map. Primarily to Adam's Way, then to Khan's Shadow, then to Frostfound, where we eventually found it buried in the ice. And then once we freed it from there, we had it sail itself down to Port Carnelian, where we picked it up, and it exchanged itself for our current ship. Just kind of traded out everything. Oh, I should actually check. Okay, excellent. I did, in fact, trade out all of our upgrades and stuff. So we now have a lot more cargo space. We have a whole ton of new slots, particularly the aft slot. And we have a massive crew capacity, which unfortunately we have a ton of crew filling. Big issue with this. We really don't have the food supplies to sustain this amount of crew. We really don't need a maximum crew size for any reason. We are clay here, so it reduces our crew capacity and quarters by 3. Sorry, our crew quarters by 3, therefore our crew capacity. And it reduces our crew requirements for the engine probably by 3 as well, I'd say. So we really don't need this amount of crew for any reason. They're eating us out of house and home with the amount of supplies that they're currently going for. And we've been trying to figure out a way to get rid of them. Now, some people have been suggesting that I just kind of let them go and consume themselves. We now, unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly where we picked it up. I think we got it at the chapel, the Chapel of Lights up in the north here, when we helped out the sigil-ridden navigator. I think we actually took a meal there and accidentally picked up the menace for... Let's see if I can go find it. Unaccountably peckish. We have the cannibal taint now. So theoretically, we could eat our crew. But one, that would kind of suck for terror, and 2, that would take a long time, I feel like. Even if we ran out of food, we have supplies of 3 right now. That would take quite a bit of time. So I think I'm actually going to try to take a different path here. I'm actually going to double check that I've submitted all my port reports. I will actually submit Mount Palmerston. Will I? No, perhaps I won't. That'll keep us at a fair bit of fuel. I don't know whether our new ship uses more fuel than our previous one. It is a larger ship. Apparently somebody was saying that it went a little faster than our previous ship. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but sure, I'll take it if it is. But yes, for reducing our crew, we are going to sail off the north edge of the map again. The last time we did this, and maybe this is a terrible idea, maybe this is an instant kill, but the last time we did this, I believe we lost just about half of all of our crew. I think this was with our previous captain, Madam Sir Helga. I believe we sailed off the north edge of the map. We lost half our crew, and we ended up over in Frostfound. Didn't somebody mention last stream that there was a route using Hideaway underwater near Aestival that loses a lot of crew? Underwater near Aestival. Oh, so it's probably here then. Interesting. Yes, possibly, but I don't know exactly where Hideaway is, and that is all the way across the map. I'm thinking that we're going to sail off the north edge of the map. That'll put us in Frostfound. We have access to Khan's Glory, so I think it ate up a lot of supplies and maybe fuel and stuff. Oh yeah, honestly wouldn't recommend that. It also gets rid of a fuck ton of supplies and fuel, increases your terror by like 50. Yeah, so honestly, that's totally fine to me because we have access to Khan's Glory. We have access to Dahoot and Challenge. We have access to a bunch of locations around here. We've got a fair bit of money as well, which is going to mean that we can resupply over here. 50 terror if I spend all of my cash sleeping away my terror in the in my lodgings. Then 50 terror will only get us up to 50. maybe a little over by the time we get all the way up to the north end of the map. And that'll put us all the way over in Frostfound. Now, we do need to go over to Khan's Heart. Yeah, Khan's Heart to go grab Romantic Literature anyway. And I'm thinking that doing that, going to Khan's Heart, picking up Romantic Literature and sailing that right back to Fallen London will keep our food, and we'll pick up, obviously, supplies and fuel and stuff over in this location. That'll keep us pretty well found. We do need to go to Frostfound anyway for our sigil-ridden navigator. That's the one. We do need to go to Frostfound anyway. So if we end up there, that'll totally be fine, no matter what. We also need to go to Demew Island, which is on the north end of the map, for our Irrepressible Cannoneer. I believe he had a weapon for us that is apparently being researched by the Iron and Misery Corporation. They have the outpost on Demew Island. So going across the north end of the map is not a bad idea anyway. Since I don't know where Aestival is, and I don't know what the event there is, I'm very concerned that it'll take a little bit more for me than I'll be prepared for. At least with this one, I know it'll take the crew, however many crew, I think like half from last time, which will be more significant on this current crew. But I'm hoping that it'll calculate half of our crew from the ship's max capacity, which is probably 35. And that'll leave us with a few extra sailors, so we can actually keep moving on with the We Are Clay. And even if it doesn't, even if we actually go to half and we're worried about crew capacity, we can always pick up more sailors in Khan's Heart for a little bit of an exceptional price. We can also pick up a crewmate in Demew Island, because there is always an event there where one person wants to leave because they're sick and tired of the fungus being in their hair. Other than that, though... Oh, yes, actually. I've just remembered something that I totally forgot to do for the wistful Deviless here. Yes, we have a second message for the Brass Embassy. So she wanted us to pass on the Deviless's second message to the Urbane Devil. The Urbane Devil waits with a friendly smile that exposes his neat white teeth. So we'll go pass that on, at least, before we go. Incendiary material. He reads the letter and emits a long, low whistle that resonates oddly in the metal fittings and gives you the faintest tingle of a toothache. There are some very senior names here. Very senior indeed. She wants to come home, eh? Well, either she's telling us straight, in which case Brimstone will have her baked in a pie, or she's trying to swindle us, in which case, well, I'd like her here so I can warm up my own pie oven. Either way, yes, the time has come. Bring her here, will you? We'll pay her a fare. Thank you so much. You've advanced the cause of hell today. Okay, so now we have a reason to go to Mount Palmerston as well. She wishes to go home. They did request that I independently verify their situation, but I don't have the best fails. I think when we went there, it was only like a 25, maybe even less % chance of looking in on the devils over in Mount Palmerston. So maybe I'll do that here the second time. Maybe I won't. Probably won't. I'll just pick her up. I will trust her word implicitly. If she's lying, then it's not on us, it's on her. And if she's telling the truth, we won't have doubted her irrationally, because I believe you can only take one trip to this to the mountain up there. You can either go to the Deviless, or you can sneak on the folks there, I assume. And I don't want to have to take an extra trip to bring her back. She does seem like she very much wants to come back. So, yeah, I think a northern route up around here will clear out some areas around Nuncio and over here, all that jazz. We'll get rid of a ton of crew. We'll probably lose a fair bit of supplies. I might just spend the extra cash to get rid of supplies, because we aren't going anywhere where supplies are cheap. Supplies are cheap in Port Carnelian, occasionally in the Iron Republic, in Igel, I think. Adam's Way, maybe? And then a few disparate places over here. But none of them are in this, like, northern area of the map. So I don't really want to have to spend too much for supplies. I think I'll get an excess. I assume I'll lose half of my supplies as well. So I might just fill up on supplies, ignoring fuel. I don't know if... I don't remember it taking all that much fuel, but I can't remember if that was because I didn't have very much fuel or if I didn't... I just happened to not lose that much fuel. I think I'll just buy up supply here. It is Fallen London standard, which is expensive, but not all that expensive. I think it's only 2 more expensive than the minimum that we've seen it before, maybe. So I will buy this up to... If we're losing half of it and we want to get around the place. Honestly, let's buy it up to like 30 or 40 then. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's the best solution. If we're going to lose half of it, we'll still have what, 15, 13 sailors that we'll have to feed. And so that's basically double the amount that we usually run with. So I guess having that much supply won't be an issue. Let's go do that. Get up all the way to, let's say 35. We'll split the difference between 30 and 40. So, yeah, half of that will leave us at, what, 12 supply? That should be enough to get around everywhere, I hope. I don't really know what the crew requirements for 15 or so people is. I'm trying to estimate it in my head, and I think that should be okay. And we can always buy an additional price over there if we truly get stuck. But I think I'll make that my voyage. We'll save our Echo. I don't really want to buy... We could get a secure compartment. No, I think this does a different thing than I was considering. Secure compartment apparently increases cargo security, but I was thinking more of... blast, what was it? A secret compartment. I think that actually equips to aft as well. Now that we have that aft slot. So maybe we'll be able to smuggle some illegal goods here and there. Could also increase engine power. We've got a decent engine. We could get up to 1,000 more engine power, I think. We'll see if our ship feels particularly slow. Do we grab a lamp? This one doesn't. This one increases mirrors just a little bit, but it doesn't reduce anything. It's also only 100. No, I don't think we'll do any of that. I don't think we'll upgrade our ship quite just yet. I might actually pick up an assistant here. It's kind of heartless. They are basically used as disposable crewmen. But in the event that we get stuck somewhere with our ship broken, I don't actually recall whether it broke our ship at all, that event going off the north edge of the map. I can't recall in the slightest whether it broke our ship. And I can't think of very many places to repair. We do have a lot of hull now, but if it chops it cleanly in half, actually cleanly in half would be, what, 215? 225? That's still a ton of health. Never mind. I won't pick up an assistant at all. There's no reason to. I've got so much health now. It astounds me that I have this much health. I guess that's why the quest was so arduous getting here. We could get a new gun. We still don't have a forward weapon slot, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no forward weapon slot, so we still don't have anything there. We'd only be able to equip better deck guns. But... Okay. We'll leave everything else here. Oh, we will not leave before we sleep in our lodging. We'll want to reduce this as far as we can, so that'll be three sleeps. That'll give us restful nights. So if we get nightmares, menacing, hold, or whatever it is, I think it's just nightmares, menace, then we'll have restful nights, an excess of restful nights to combat them with. Sleep there. Yeah, I lost 15. I don't know why this keeps showing up there. I'm not sure why the Yearning Burning menace is showing up. Is sleeping too much somehow a menace? That involves... I think this is the Dawn Engine stuff. I really don't know. Maybe it's dreaming that's an issue. We lost 15, so once or twice more. I think once we'll do that. I think sleeping actually reduces it. Oh, yeah, it totally did. Okay, we've totally lost that then. And I think 8 is totally fine to cross the north edge of the map with. So I think we're all finished up here in Fallen London. I think we're finally set to set off to the north side of the map. Ooh, this is a risk. I'll stop off at all the places on the way, but it's certainly going to be a risk. Let's set off with our heart. The light, it's pretty, is minimum. Oh, okay, I see. And I suppose we'll keep our lights off here. We'll flip them on when we actually start accumulating terror out in the sea, but for now we'll just keep them off. We won't stop at Hunter's Keep, because the sisters are now gone there, and I don't think we can do anything with that anymore. Just warning, smuggling sunlight, I think increases Menace's Yearning Burning. Oh, okay. That's been one of our major sources of profit recently. So... I guess we'll just have to rest in between a lot of things. Oh, come take me on if you dare. Please, I need the terror reduction. That would be lovely. Oh, some spider silk. We won't be heading over to Savior's Rocks. That is where the spiders are, and that's where the spider silk presumably comes from. Actually, no, we know that's exactly where the spider silk comes from. We do need 21 bolts, but I can't recall exactly the price that we would have to pay to get it from there. There was kind of the festival thing going on there. So I assume it would be relatively cheap. We didn't really have the spare room with our old ship. We definitely will with this one, though. And you know what? We actually will also have room with this ship for finally heading up to the surface. We have to head to Naples for Maybe's daughter. The ship is so weird, I love it. Yeah, it's really neat. We won't explore Venderbite. I assume we don't have anything for the Grand Sanatorium and the Curator, first Curator. It did, in fact, look like it's not. Oh, and we can actually do this reasonably. We replace 12 supplies with 12 tomb colonists who want to go around for visits across the Untersee. We'll not do that now, since we do need those supplies if we're going to get them halved. But I think that's all we'll do here. Well, hold up. Terror 8. No, yeah, that is all we'll do here. Just grab the port report and we'll set off. And we make full speed. Yeah, I do think we're using up more fuel. It seems to be dropping a lot more quickly than our previous ship. Maybe I'm just intuiting that incorrectly, but I do think that is dropping more quickly than our earlier ship. Oh, I'm actually a little concerned about that. That is dropping a lot more quickly than I thought it would take. We'll avoid that lifeberg. Oh, he did still see us. Can we sail away? We're getting away pretty fast, and he's lost us. Yeah, I think we're okay. We'll stop off at Wither, but not Codex. I don't want to bother sailing out of the way for Codex since we're losing so much fuel. Yeah, my goodness, it takes so much more resources to keep everything going here. I thought it would just decrease kind of at a faster tick rate, but it's actually just jumping up by bigger gaps every time. Oh, we actually need Storm's attention for some reason. I can't actually remember why. But I will also gain Salt's attention since we are really going on a risky journey. 10 Echo, 1 Z story, 1 secret. Yeah, that's totally fine. I will at least gain Salt's attention here. The walls around Salt's shrine are written over with tales. Bring it a story. Sure. No echo. Your words sink into the silence like stones into quicksand. The initiate listens, eyes closed, committing every detail to memory. Leave now. If you see where I write your story, it's the worst of luck. Oh, and we're at a flat 3,900 echo now. And we'll go grab the port report. I actually don't know if exploring the town is a bad idea. Somebody in chat a few streams ago said that there was a very positive thing you could have happen if you explored Wither, so I might go and do that. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, the wind speaks. You fall into a reverie as you wander the shore. There are words in the wind, a story of sorts, of a gate in the north, of a pale light that began there, of a drowned light that will end there, of a high wilderness that other ships may sail. You lift your eyes on the wall of the saltworks. Someone has scrawled, "Is there a sea more sunless?" Ah, perfect. And we've got Storm's attention. Perfect. So we have all 3 gods' attention. I forget exactly what it was I needed Storm's attention for. I really can't remember. But it's we have it for whatever reason we may need it for. And that's all we can do in Wither. Do we want to buy fuel for Z stories? Running a bit low. Let me check my Z stories 9 and Tales of Terror 4. Yeah, definitely don't want to spend Tales of Terror. Z stories I might want to spend a little bit on. I'll keep 7. I forget why having 7 is an exact amount that I want, but I feel like having 7 is a good idea. So we'll just get 2 here. I suppose we could run Stygian Ivory to here to get Tales of Terror, which we can always get in the Chelinet or Nook, I think, for both the same price. Either way, we're done here. Let's go and head out and cross the Forbidden Territories here. And we'll hang in these lights. So our terror goes down. I think if we're both in the light and by icebergs... Ooh. Oh my god, we're huge. We're so big. Okay. I was about to say if we hang in the light and are surrounded by icebergs, our terror will go down without us having to have our light on, but it didn't quite do that, so I'll just keep our light on here. I'm very concerned that we're actually not going to fit between some icebergs. I think this channel, at least, is very clear. But it's time to sail off the north edge of the map here. There I go. The place that is no place. The Untersee has no northern shore. Space is forbidden. Time contracts to a single frozen instant. There's only one way north, and presumably that is the that gate that Mr. Claus had us go to. Avid Horizon. The High Gate. You huff and fumble your way through the darkness. The stokers labor below as in an old sick dream. Fuel evaporates. Sailors begin to stiffen to statues. Safety. This is not a good place to be, but at least it is a place. Frostbound. Okay, perfect. The castle where riddles fight questions to the death. For a while there, you were somewhere beyond places. Perhaps you've survived. So lovely. Lovely. We've lost half our crew. How great. Yeah, that doesn't that doesn't sound so great. But we successfully cut our crew requirements in half. We gained 50 terror, but we're only at 60, so that's actually okay. As long as we don't visit any underwater locations, we should be fine. We've lost... Oh, we only lost 3 supplies. Okay, I thought it would cut it in half for some reason. Maybe we only had 6 supplies before. We've lost a single bit of fuel, so that's pretty good. We have gained 3 fragments, and we have... Ooh, the Scars of the North. Interesting. The place which is no place held you, crushed you. You carry the wounds still. So this isn't a menace or anything. We just have the scars. That's neat. And now we're in Frostbound. So basically, we just took a terrifying shortcut to Frostbound. Perfect. But now that we're in Frostbound, we can show the squatters, your navigators, Navigator's Sigil. I'm also amazed that it didn't give us back our Something Awaits Us. We existed outside of time and space, but nothing awaits us when we came back. We're just really boring. I guess if we exist outside of time, that kind of makes sense. We just popped up from one location to another where nothing awaits us in the intervening lack of time, I guess. So let's show the squatters our navigator's sigil, though. A plucky researcher recognizes it. I know it well. I can show you, but the way isn't easy. I'll not take anyone frail. You'll need ropes, crampons, skins, tents. And I'll want you paying, of course. My bursary is wearing rather thin. We'll grab the port report first. So, outlandish artifact. Great, we have that. We've got 5 supplies. Yeah, we got plenty of supplies. We got more than I think we need. Ooh, this may give us a wound, though. We are planning to head straight back to Fallen London, so I think it's still okay. And I think we have everything we really need. So let's go and help our navigator out. Almost never remembered. He didn't exaggerate. The ice is as slick as an oiled mirror. You need pitons and spiked boots to navigate the slopes, and a misplaced foot will send great chunks of it thundering into the thirsty sea. The air bites like a bound shark. Your face is numb, your fingers stiff, your throat raw. The climb takes you around a sheer white cliff, the waters below swimming with shards of razored ice. At last, frozen ledge. A vertical sheet of ice rises before it, reflective as a conjurer's glass. Engraved upon it 20 feet high is the navigator's sigil. Impressive, isn't it? The researcher says, dropping his pack. It's one of the old accords between Wither and Irem. It means almost never remembered. Wither and Irem. There's a connection there? That's interesting. That's super interesting. Okay. Your navigator approaches it warily. The sigil on his temple sparks with blue fire. He reaches out, his fingers touching those of his reflection in the ice, and his reflection lunges forward, whispering something into his ear. The navigator crumples into the snow. Oh, the plucky researcher says, damn, we're going to have a devil of a time getting him back to the ship. You do, but you manage it. Back in your rosy cabin, you imbibe mulled rum. Will you ever be warm again? Yeah, what the heck happened to you, man? Unfortunately, without our Something Awaits Us, we can't get free fuel and food, so we just kind of have to sit here. But for the meantime, we can at least talk to our navigator, see what was going on. Speak with your navigator. Yes, now is good, thank you. Oh, I see. We need to wait for Something Awaits Us to come back to us. So we'll go talk to him probably on the sea. We have to wait for him to wake up, presumably. We can still increase our mirrors with him while he's asleep. Not sure how that one works, but hey, I'll take it. Now that we're up there, though, we've got our ridiculous amount of terror. We have to hit Khan's Heart. I think Khan's Heart and Khan's Shadow have identical fuel prices. We could, if we really wanted to risk it, go to Dahoot and try to get the fuel prices at 10 echoes, I think, per thing. But we might just buy up as much as we need in Khan's Heart and try to make our way over to Mount Palmerston. I'm really going to have to get used to our new ship consumption, fuel consumption rate, as well as, I guess, crew consumption rate for supplies. I kind of had it in the back of my head with my old ship, but this is all new here. Double check if you have any rooms. You didn't scroll down to the bottom to see everything you got from the event. I thought I scrolled down all the way. We'll go and check. That would probably be a menace, right? Oh, we did get a wound. Okay. Yeah, I thought I scrolled down. I guess I didn't. We've got a wound. We're heading back, so I think that's okay. I think we'll set out to Connate. Sail kind of around here. We could check up in Avid Horizon, Chapel of Lights and all that deal, that whole ordeal, but it's a bit out of the way. So I think we'll just set on out. We'll decide whether we want to go there later. We'll keep our light. Well, actually, no. We'll keep a light on here because otherwise we'll gain 2 terror ticks at a time. Oh my god, our ship is massive. This is humongous. I feel like I've upgraded from like just a little Civic or something, just a tiny little car, to just a massive SUV right now. This thing is double the width, or so it feels, of our previous ship. Actually, ah, sure, we'll stop off in Khan's Glory. We'll see if there's anything for us to do here. We do have pearls. We've got 14 drowning pearls. So we could get some influence with the Tiaman. Let's see. We need Favors Tiaman's Mercy 3. I don't think we have any at the moment. And considering the cost and difficulty that we have getting sacks of Dark Drop coffee beans, and the fact that we can get these drowning pearls over at Dahoot for a very, very reasonable price, I think it's only 20 or 30 echo. I think we might stick with bribing the Tiaman if we run into issues. Oh, no. We actually have to go to... shoot. We have to go to Khan Shadow to get fuel and stuff. Because we actually have 10... Well, let's see if we can fix this. Yeah, we need 4. So we'll give them some drowning pearls. In the yellow chamber by the palace entrance, a masked functionary scrutinizes the pearls. Yes, she says, even through the mask, she does not meet your eyes. She rises, turns, and leaves. We're gonna buy off the Tiaman as much as possible because we have suspicion of 10, which means we can no longer gain access to the Khanate markets. Shoot! Dang it, I totally forgot that had happened. Chaotic Isma, hello. Howdy. What's up? So... Dang it. Shoot, I really wanted to have romantic literature by the time we went back. We might go to Dahoot. We might risk going underwater with our terror, just to go grab the pearls, those drowning pearls, and bribe off the Tiaman, because I don't want to return to Fallen London empty-handed here. We will be picking up the Devilist from Mount Palmerston, but I want to have a little bit more as well. So I think I will, in fact, do that. We won't bribe anymore since we only have 9 pearls. We won't be able to get to the 3rd level where we can plead our case with the Tiaman. But, you can stand a couple hits from the Constant Companion now. Worst case, it doesn't do like 50 damage per hit. You're totally right. Oh my god, I've totally forgotten. We're super bulky now. We have tons and tons of health. We don't need to worry about that at all. Well, okay, we do need to worry about it a little bit. We can worry about it a little bit less. Man, this is fantastic. It's so nice to have a chunky ship like this. We'll go and set out, though. I'll give Khan's Heart a try. We'll see if we can get into the market. I very much doubt that we will be able to, though. And we'll just sail over to Dahoot and whatnot. I do want to make this a short trip. I'm not going to turn this into a full rousing trip because we are still at 60-something terror. So we are still quite a ways up on the terror scale. Don't want to get too high. We can absolutely still lose our ship to mutiny and stuff. Or lose our life to mutiny, I suppose. Everything here is fine. We can check out what our spies need. Captivating treasure. We just still don't have a something awaits us here. Where is our network? We don't have any ability to do anything here. What is our network currently at? We have 4, and we can get up to 6 or 7. Evidently, it'll be very easy to do this. Since we're planning on bribing the Tiaman anyway. Sure, let's give it a chance. Okay, well, we got one more. Your listeners meet your questions with courteous, frightened silence. The back of your neck prickles. Don't turn around. So, no port report for us. We'll leave it at that. I don't remember. We don't know how much pleading our case with the Tiaman is going to net us in terms of reduction on reductions on their suspicion, because we've never done that option before. So we'll not take it too terribly high. We don't have access to really anything else in Khan's Heart, so we'll just set out to Khan's Shadow to buy up some fuel here. Or no, we're going to Dahoot. We don't even need to. We can stop Icon Shadow, but we have no particular need to. Because, well, okay, we're burning through that kind of fast. I keep estimating for my old ship what the fuel and supply requirements are, and it is kind of throwing me off guard. But it's not anything like that anymore. I might buy a few barrels just to, well, no, I think we'll be good. Yeah, scratch that. Oh, we're crying. I think the last time we controlled ourselves, we lost somebody's attention, one of the gods' attention, so I think we're going to weep and give ourselves over to it this time. Your cheeks are wet. You think for a moment it's sweat, but then the sorrow hits you like a falling stalactite. You were weeping. You double over, inconsolable. Let's give ourselves over to it. Oh, we only gained some terror, but we gained a fragment. That's not a great trade. I guess at least we didn't lose, who was it? Salt's attention, probably? Maybe Storm's attention? Yeah, Salt's attention, okay. The flood tide. One crew member. Your crew watch an alarm as you collapse to the boards. Tears burst from your eyes. Your body is racked with sobs. It passes as suddenly as it started, but your thoughts are stained dark with unlikely grief. Okay. Well, Salt is sad for some reason. Even eldritch gods can be sad. Are you kidding? We still don't have something awaits us? Okay. Port report. We'll buy... Do we have a mirror catch box? No, we don't, because we can't sell one. We might buy one. No, we have a wound. Ooh, the mile breaker. Right. So that increases fuel efficiency. It reduces our hearts as well, but you know, we got hearts to spare now. It does cost 2,000 echo, so we'd only quote unquote be left with 1900 echo. But I think this is probably still worth it. I think the mile breaker is probably still a very good option to have. So I will buy it here. Let's go get it for 2,000 echo. And equip it to our aft slot to reduce our fuel efficiency and, unfortunately, our hearts. I might get hearts up to 60. I might try to get everything up to 60, really. Hearts and maybe mirrors or pages. Hearts and pages, I think. So we'll spend 9 secrets total, depending on how many we have. 19. I think 10 secrets is still an adequate amount of secrets to carry around. Sure, let's do that. So I think he will increases mirrors, veils, which we have already at 60, hearts, and we can give him some strange catches. We've only got 4 left, though. We'll give him 1. We'll give him 1. We'll keep 3, because we do know where to get more. We can turn this into one of these strange catches into live specimens over in the other room, and then trade that for 7 strange catches over in the Gant pole, I believe. And I think he failed again? I'm not sure. Promise. He tastes a morsel on the tip of his knife and shudders. An exquisite find, my captain, like a devil's lips. Searing, probably fatal, but utterly worth the risk. Wait, so did he succeed? No. I don't know what he needs anymore. I don't know what we're doing wrong here. He needs at least 2 useful ingredients. We've given him at least, like, 8 at this point, I swear. But we'll go and increase our hearts with him. Let us speak, my captain, of the nature of edibility. Culinary philosophies. To be edible is to be consumed to be consumed. Is to be possible to be consumed. And to be living is to consume. Thus we find that the nature of the unliving is to be consumed. In fact, therefore, anything that is not living may be consumed. Is this man a cannibal? Hold up. That logic... He's definitely persuading us towards the path of cannibalism here. But we'll go talk to the cannibal till our hearts are at 60. And then pages. Cannoneer maybe has pages? No, he's iron. That kind of makes sense. She is also hearts. We can't talk to them. Who might raise pages? Mirrors. Magician? I feel like both of these probably increase, yeah, veils. Yep, him is also veils. He is also veils. Pages with the surgeon? Hearts. Can I not increase pages at all? Hold up. Hearts. Yeah, I guess I just can't increase pages. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. I guess we'll just leave that as is. That was a success, but you need 2 successes. Oh, okay. Was that only our first success? That's a little annoying. Can you increase our pages, maybe? I know you're just a mascot. Our poor ferret doesn't want to interact with us at all. Our poor ferret that we've had for many, many a time. That was our first officer, along with the chef that we served with while we were a soldier. Has just been sitting there. I really wish I could make him happy, to drop him off somewhere and figure his thing out, but we really haven't had any interaction with it. He doesn't want to do anything with us, or doesn't want to have anything to do with us, so can't really figure him out. Same with the Blemmigan, actually. At least the Blemmigan is enjoying his time at sea. Something about him, he doesn't like the utter shroom, but no clue. Anyway, we will buy, let's say, 1 fuel, 2 fuel, red fuel, blue fuel, 2. We'll get 2 fuel, and then we'll sail down to Dahoot to stock the rest of the way up. We have a wound, so I don't want to collect sunlight. Did we actually pick up that sunlight box? Where is that? Empty mirror catch box. No, we did not. So we'll go and pick one of those up. I'm actually starting to concern myself with the amount of echo that I have. So we'll need to increase that mighty fast. Or mighty soon, rather. Down to Dahoot. Back up to Khan's Glory to bribe our way in. Grab to Khan's Heart to get the romantic literature that we need. Then back across the sea. So, yeah, we just need to head just about this way to go there. And, of course, there's fog. I'm kind of afraid. We do have to go into Dahoot for the escaped composer, I believe. He's requested that we go to Dahoot to deliver a composition of his. But we have to go to spend significant time in the city. One, that takes a lot of terror out. Or rather, there is the possibility of gaining a lot of terror all at once. And 2, I don't want to lose our very nice trade out here. This is the cheapest place to get fuel for quite the distance. Fuel and, I think, supplies. Though maybe it's not quite as good in supplies as it is in fuel. Oh, it's got a different submerging thing. That's neat. The ventricles sealed up there. So, okay, so, I mean, it makes sense that everything would have different submarine icons, but I don't know. It seems neat to me. So we got our something awaits us. Oh, okay. That was what I want. I almost crashed into the wall because it didn't dock when I thought it would. We don't really want to do wander around here. We'll go grab the port report for now. Don't really feel the need to wander, but we can talk to our navigator finally. So, the ship's surgeon finds you. He's awake, sir, and he's asking for you. The navigator has slept fitfully since he collapsed on the frost-found ice. And that doesn't take anything over other than us having a doctor aboard and having something awaits us here. New purpose. The sigil has grown. That's not good. Maybe. That seems not good. It reaches down to his cheek now. Sort of. We'll pretend it does. The skin it marks is pitted and gray. Captain, the ice told me the sigil's reflection was its opposite or inverse. It doesn't matter. We must go north. North and north and north to the avid horizon to Void's approach. He struggles to rise. Where are my charts, my compass, my sounding line? So he wants to go to Avid Horizon. Wait, hold up. Each day his pain is a little worse. Is he gonna die? Is this a timed thing? Like with our snow child? Is he a snow child? I don't know. Is he like Mr. Sax in disguise, perhaps? Like Mr. Sax alternate personality? I don't know if we ever saw Mr. Sax's face, but now we need to go to Avid Horizon for him, no matter what. At least all of his locations are kind of clustered around here in the north. That's good, at least. I guess we will go up to Avid Horizon. We'll pass by the church and not eat any of their human flesh, hopefully. Oh, and that didn't actually take up our something awaits us, or so it would seem. Yeah, but fuel and supplies here are actually both very cheap. So we'll go get tons of fuel. We'll get absolutely loads of fuel. I think buying up to 20 probably won't even get us back with our new consumption rate. So let's get to 25. Man, we're using up so much echo and stuff now. Just sailing across the sea. We need to remember to keep drowning pearls. Room for drowning pearls. This will clear us. That much will clear us with the Tiaman. Tiaman. I think it's Tiaman. I'll want to keep 10 in stock. 15 in stock. Just in case we ever need to be cleared twice. And then I guess we'll buy up to... I think supplies were fine. We aren't eating through them nearly as quickly, and we've got 19, which is plenty. I think we'll buy up to 30 fuel, and we're back down to 3 digits once we do that. So we're gonna have to make some moves here. But anyway, we'll head back up to surface, and then to Khan's Glory, Khan's Heart, and finally up to Avid Horizon and stuff. And maybe we can stop off in Frostfound if we have something awaits us by that time. I suppose we may as well stop off in Godfall and get the port report from there. Goodness knows we'll need the fuel. And I think that circle increasing means that we are by the island, so we'll only gain 1 tick of terror with our lights off here. Oh, I really hope whatever happens to our sigil-ridden navigator doesn't increase our terror at all. I wasn't even considering that possibility before, but if it does, we would be in trouble here. Grab the port report. Do we want to give them another trophy? I can't remember what it got us last time. Sure, let's grab them. Tale of Terror, Memory of Distant Shores, Z Story, and some fragments. Okay, that's a decent trade. That's not too bad. We were low on Tales of Terror anyway. So we'll call that good. No shop to speak of, and no reason to really shop either. And we'll head back up to Khan's Glory and Khan's Heart, which is just about straight north of us. Nice quiet sea. I think our fuel consumption is a lot more manageable with Mile Breaker over in our aft. Did reduce our hearts, but I think it's absolutely worth it for the reduction in fuel usage. I think before it would be about triple our previous ship's consumption, and now it is only about double. So I'll keep those calculations, those estimations in mind when I'm doing my calculations on how much fuel and stuff we need to keep it on our ship. It's difficult because I didn't really have like a mathematically defined number on how much fuel could get me how far. I just kind of had an estimate. I would be like, this is okay, this is not okay. We'll go and dock in Khan's Glory and offer some more gifts to the Tiaman. And that will get us to enough that we complete our case. The Tiaman clan has long controlled the White and Golds, the loyalty service, who watch Kaganians and foreigners alike. If they're convinced your intentions are good, they may be lenient. I assume this is not a check, since it doesn't specifically list it. I assume that's just a timing sort of thing. The Steel Chamber. 2 masked functionaries hear your request. They confer briefly. One of them marks the paper in front of him. They wait for you to leave. So we're now at 7. We've got a little bit of leeway on what we can do. We've got 3 suspicion points, basically, to use up before we have any negative effects, before we're barred from the Nefrit market again. Turn off our lights since we're not gaining any terror. Anyway, we don't have terror pits to lose. And we'll sail into the Copper Quarter. Oh, with the Something Awaits Us coming back. Now, I don't really want to wander to Khan's Heart. I assume that there's nothing that our spies can do for us. I do not want to spend a captivating treasure. That's way too expensive to do something, so I'm just going to seek another opportunity with our Something Awaits Us for the next time we return here. We do have an 81% chance of that. We've got a little bit of room to wiggle. We'll risk 1. There we go. We succeeded, so we got the port report. We still get the menace, but that's fine. And we have learned that rivalry between the Leopard and Eagle clans, the concerns about Chelinet raids, some appalling gossip about the traitor Empress back in London. Perhaps you shouldn't write that last one down and move on quickly. That fellow in the corner has an informer's look. So maybe someday when we have enough influence here. Well, maybe not. We can influence Port Carnelian, but unfortunately it doesn't look like we can influence the Khanate to be a little more open here. We'll go and enter the Nefrit Quarter to gain access to the shops, though. And that'll give us access to quite a few things. Foremost among them, romantic literature. Now, way back when, the Merchant Venturer, there he is, requested that we get, let's see, 7 approved or unapproved romantic literatures and bring them to him from the Khanate to Fallen London. They are restricted goods, so we will have to figure out a way to get them into the city. I might see if we can go to Guiders Morn. No, Guiders Morn is way too far out of the way. We might use our Admiralty's favor to get us out of the commission there, searching our ship and possibly confiscating that sort of stuff. So yeah. Well, we'll at least be able to get them. If we can't really pay, we don't have enough echo to do that anymore. We are very low on echo after buying that mile breaker. And just with the cost of the ship to have it function now is really becoming a burden. I guess this is the issues with expansion. Essentially, we just made a business expansion because we have a bigger ship, we've got more crew, it requires more fuel, that sort of thing. But we can at least get that. What did I say? It was 7? Yes, 7 romantic literature here. And we'll bring that on back to... Sure. Do I need romantic literature for anything else? We already paid off our debt to the Presbyterian Adventurous. Yes, I think that was one thing we needed it for, and we did do that. We already submitted the romantic literature to the tobacconist for him to make his underwater cigar. And the only thing we have left for him is to actually get him that unread log, which we do have, but I'm not going to sail over to him at the moment with. I can't quite think of anything else we would need romantic literature for. And it does take space up in our hold, which is larger, but we do still have to worry about space there just a little bit. So I think we'll call that good. I think we will set on out here to Frostfound, then the Avid Horizon, the Chapel of Lights, Mount Palmerston, Demew Island. I guess we will be skipping Codex, unfortunately. I thought we would really pass by there, but we'll go to Demew Island from Mount Palmerston. Maybe even stop by an Antha. No, not with our terror so high. Unless maybe hum and her and and her. We'll see how we're doing. We'll see how we're doing after we get everything done. If we want to stop by at Antha at all. It's been a long time since we went there. Antha, I want to say, I can't even remember what Antha is. It's not the location with the needles. That's in the south. That is Igel. Yeah, and I can't quite remember what Antha is. It's one of those underwater locations, though. That much we do know. We'll turn on our lights before we set out of here, just so we set out at 0 terror dots around that wheel. Or as close to it as we get. I guess it's going down a little less, a little more slowly than I thought. We'll stop off in Frostfound, since it is only across the way, to go pick up our fuel and supply with our Something Awaits Us. I think it'll give us one of each, a little of both, basically. Oh, and it'll actually reduce our terror as well, I think, by a little bit. By taking T. Yep, 1 fuel and supply, and 10 terror reduction. So we're actually doing pretty well on terror. And we'll go set on out from here to Avid Horizon. Can kind of hug Antha a little bit, just to reduce our terror. Well, I guess we can also sail into this lantern at sea here. We will be making our way just to Avid Horizon, which is pretty much just a little ways northeast. Yeah, northeast of the edge of Frostfound. No, northwest. That's the one. We are still using a ton of fuel, though. Like it doesn't feel like a ton, but we started out at 30 in Dahoot, and getting up to... Yeah, we did double back. We went to Khan's Glory and then back to Khan's Heart, but just getting up there, we're down 7 fuel. This is going to require a little bit of calculation on my part to get my head back in line with what's happening. This must be Void's approach. The air crackles with frosty radiations to the north. False stars fail in the darkness. So, we have made it to Avid Horizon here. We've got our Something Awaits Us, so presumably... Well, we'll grab the port report. That doesn't cost us anything. And we'll see what the sigil-ridden navigator here has to do in Avid Horizon. Lead the sigil-ridden navigator to a certain dock pillar. Scraps of paper stiff with the northern frost are stuffed into its cracks. Oh, and this is going to cost us a strategic information. Okay, well, at least we have it. So let's give it to him. Unforgiven. A message carved into the wood. If you wish to return to London, if you seek the forgiveness of the Empress, If you will sacrifice all to make amends, record your name and crime. Your navigator hunts through the slips of paper. They are a library of villains and villainy. Here are murders, betrayals, treasons, and perjuries. He stops, stares at one, pulls it free. This is mine, he says. I wrote this. It is a confession. Beneath, in more recent and less careful letters, he has added a note. You did not answer. If I cannot be forgiven, then I will forget. The Chapel of Lights will help me for a price. He laughs wildly. Twice. I paid them twice. Once to take my memories, and once to guide me back to them. His laughter deepens to hysteria. 2 crewmen help you drag him aboard, back to your ship. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And we can look into the stars, presumably gaining a bunch of terror. We've actually done that before. And we chickened out. I wonder if there's a fail success sort of thing. There's no chance listed. I feel like it probably does the same thing every time. But we can now talk with the navigator at least. Captain, may I speak with you in private? His voice is dull, his sigil throbs red as embers in the leafy gloom. His forgotten crime. He hands you his confession retrieved from Void's approach. Please read. The navigator's confession. A square of paper folded into quarters to make a booklet. Read the first page. To whom it may concern, I hereby record my full and honest confession in the hopes of absolution in her enduring majesty's service. In May, my brother Richard and I took service on the Bonnie Swan. He as bosun, I as navigator. The captain, Swinburne, was a good man but ambitious. When we reached King Eater's castle, our supplies were low, but we pressed on in hopes of finding land. There was none. Our stores nearly depleted, we turned back, and here I committed the first of my crimes. I mistook my readings and set a bad course. For days we steamed northwest, not west, into the empty dark. Our supplies ran out, and still no sign of port. Hunger set in, and terror, and what I pray was madness. Ravening, desperate, raving. We agreed to draw lots, and the loser giving up, life and flesh, so the others go on. So he's just a cannibal. Don't worry, man. We all do it. We've all consumed some people, you know. Read the third page. The first of us to draw the short straw was the captain. The second was my brother. My dear, solemn, solid Richard. There were more after. 7 times we drew. 7 of our number went into the pot, and not one of them quietly. Those of us who made it back to port swore never to speak of our crime, but one of us, someone with a keener conscience than mine, confessed. I fled the noose to Z again. I regret it all. I will do anything, please. Read the 4th page. Here he scribbled his later note when the Admiralty failed to select him for absolution through service. You did not answer. If I cannot be forgiven, then I will forget. The Chapel of Lights will help me for a price. His eyes meet yours when you look up from the page. They are as dull as old iron. I am done, sir. I am done. I have one last thing to ask of you. His last request. The truth has broken him. Ah, come on, buddy. People eat people all the time. Don't worry about it. Heck, your friends at the Chapel of Lights? They totally eat people. Trust me, I've accidentally picked up that. Let's see what his broken request has. Parting ways. He buries his face in his hands. Even if I could remember, I would not want to. But it is only a matter of time until this, he runs a finger over his sigil. Takes something I can't do without. Maybe I will forget how to breathe, or which way is north. Perhaps I will strand us all at Z again, and it'll be oaths of silence and straws in the dark. Be rid of me, sir. Put me ashore somewhere I can be forgotten. Your sigil-ridden navigator wishes to retire. Speak with him to learn where he might find peace. Okay, so he just wants to... He just wants to settle down and live the rest of his life without, you know, somewhere where in a position where he can't really hurt anybody else. Oh, or we could convince him to, presumably, be a cannibal again. Come on, man, it's not that bad. As much as I joke about that, I think it's probably best in his character to drop him off to finish his story, even though we'll end up losing him here. Navigators. Do we have any more first officers? Yes. Mirrors and Veils and Mirrors and Pages for the Carnelian Exile. We don't actually know much about her. Mostly because she requires a searing enigma to actually talk to. And those are very rare indeed. We'll go talk with him and ask him where he would like to disembark. Leave me on Codex where my silence won't be questioned, or at the Empire of Hands where no one will care. Choices. You've heard that the mute exiles on Codex reward anyone who brings them a new initiate. They pay with secrets of fire. Ooh, that would be a Searing Enigma, probably. I'd assume. There will be no such recompense from the apes of the Port Stanton, but your navigator offers to leave you his tools, charts, and notebooks in return for his passage. I think leaving him at Codex would probably be a better option. So I guess we are going to Codex after all. We were planning on skipping it due to it being sort of out of the way. We were planning on heading to Chapel of Lights, Mount Palmerston, and then Demuth Island with possibly a stop at Antha along the way. But I guess since we have to go to Codex, we stop off at Antha and then head around to Codex, just over here, and then go down to Demuth Island instead of Venderbite, since it's still on the way down south to Fallen London. Next time you get to London, you should get 2 or so crew, so you're not 1 death away from half power. I think I've actually got 3 deaths. Because well, maybe. I'm not sure. Because the We Are Clay does give us an amount. I'm not really sure how many it gives, though. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's worthwhile getting up to, say, 20 crew. Even if it'll consume more of my supplies. But we've found our Sigil-ridden Navigator's End here. I don't think so, because you got to half hour at 3 of 7 last time instead of 5 of 10. Okay, maybe yeah, I'm not sure. We'll pick up some more, regardless. We'll pick one up at Demuth Island, and maybe we'll pick up some more in Fallen London. But for now, we'll go back to the Chapel of Lights. Hey, don't you want to say hello to your old buddies, who you paid twice? Go and stop by there and grab the port report at the very least. Yeah, we do need to head a little bit more westish. There we go. We'll go see how the Chapel of Lights is doing. Oh, right, and we had to go here for the Admiralty anyway, so it's a good thing that we stopped here. We will not attend a service, I don't think. Not entirely sure what it does, but I don't think so. Let's collect the information you were sent for. The Smiling Priest is your contact. Speak to him. He beckons you closer. I know nothing of the movements of fleets or cargoes or armies, he tells you, but your admiralty will learn the names of those who came here and what they did. Let me whisper it in your ear. So we got a bit of terror, a tale of terror, and now we got that strategic information that we fed to our sigil-ridden navigator back. So the Smiling Priest is, he's in with the admiralty, which kind of makes this place not as, not as good a place to get rid of sins as everybody on the Z keeps saying it is. But that's kind of all I want to do here. Don't want to give a nightmare to the well. We have 2 wounds, I think. I don't want to do that right now, especially since we've got lots of restful nights to go and ward off those nightmares. So we should be good here to set on out. Let's see. Well, Palmerston's just about in line with us. There is this big fog bank that we're sailing into. I'll see if I can go north around it. I'd very much like to. Just so we don't gain that excess terror. Oh, there's a lifeberg. We out of range? I think he's gone. Let's see, how distant are we from Mount Palmerston? We're just about there. I'll flick those lights on. I want to reduce that terror. There we go. Oh. You were being watched. Okay. What does that mean? Is that our constant companion? We're also slow now because a snowbank immediately dropped out of the sky on us. Whoa, wait, is that the something from We Were Being Watched? Hold up. That I am uncomfortable with. This is max speed, though, for how fast we can go. Man, this snow is rough. Okay, we should be, yeah, close enough to shore that we can turn our lights off here. We might refuel here. A fair bit, at least, to make sure we can get, well, I think we'll be able to get back, right? No, we're taking kind of a roundabout route. Let me do some map math here. From here to here, it took 7 fuel, kind of there and back. So we'll say up to like Avid Horizon-ish area. Took about 7 fuel. So from here to here, there. That should, if we're good about it, we don't get stuck with the snow the whole time. How much will that take? I'm estimating a good 15 fuel at the minimum. So yeah, I think we'll buy a bit of fuel here. It'll be cheap here anyway, so... but let's go up the crater and talk to the Wistful Deviless. Yeah, and it's the mirrors here that only give us a 32% chance of an independent verification. Do we verify it? It's a 1 in 3 chance, effectively. But I don't want to waste our visit with the Deviless. I think I worked through the logic before, but with the choice actually staring me in the face, I kind of want to verify, or try to verify here. And hope it doesn't remove the Wistful Deviless's persuasion, or conversation option. Let's give it a try, I guess. Independent verification. The Brass Embassy has asked you for independent verification of the Deviless's intelligence. It's possible that you might be able to eavesdrop on the convention somehow. We'll give it a try. Wake and fret. You scramble up the stones. The ground is warm. You grow tired before you're more than halfway up your mouth. You grow tired before you are more than halfway up. Your mouth is full of ashes. I think there should have been a comma somewhere there. There is a sound in the earth, a profound, complex, overwhelming drone, like the buzzing of a billion bees. You bend your head a little closer, and that's all you remember. When you wake, you're in the Deviless's cottage. Your head is in her lap. I found you on the slope, she says. I thought I'd better bring you in before you hear anything you shouldn't. She smiles. Strictly speaking, I should burn your ears off, but it's so nice to see you. Oh. Oh, now I feel bad. Okay. Well, it failed. We gained some terror, but we are going to be able to bring the Deviless back, at the very least. Oh, she's so nice to us. She's so kind. Man, I love the Wistful Deviless. She's my one of my favorite characters on the sea. Her and the monkey foundling. They're just so wholesome. Let's go tell the Deviless it's time to go. The Brass Embassy's given you the good word. Already packed. Let's go, she says breathily. The Brimstone Invigilators will be here soon. You don't want to meet them. She lifts a single manskin valise. This is all I need. Take me back to London. And we have a Wistful Deviless. She knows the uses of fire, but she's not cut out for the Z. Take her to London and the Brass Embassy. Absolutely, I shall. We should really pick up this this first officer, especially since we are losing our navigator here. So we'll need 5 bales of parabola linen. Not entirely sure where we can get them. I know we can get them in Irem, but those are kind of odd trades. Those are trades for secrets, regardless. There are probably more places we can get them. Maybe we can even get them at Fallen London for an excessive price. But I'm actually going to go write that down as something to do. So for the Merciless Modeste, we need 5 bales of parable linen. And we need to bring that to Mount Palmerston. Perfect. And we won't be digging for supplies. We're doing okay on supplies. We're not tippy-top off of that, but we're doing all right. And I think I will pick up to 25 fuel. And that should give us enough to be all right in the event of anything that happens. Should have enough to get around here. And we'll go down to Anthe since there's this godforsaken snow up here right now. I think heading to Anthe's east side is where the entrance is. Sorry, west side. It's been so long since I've been here, I can't even remember what the actual location is like. We'll go and submerge early. So we can just make port. Is it still a port if it's underwater? Oh, right. Right. It's the sharpness thing. It's the whole sharpness ordeal. Maybe we get sharp here. Maybe we go for sharpness now. Let's go dock. Grab the port report. Let's go talk to Rosina, I suppose. Right, animescence. So that was what's going on here. Do we have an option? Oh, we can offer a needle of Fortis. Maybe that will help her. If you tell her it is a sort of medicine, she might permit it. I don't know if this is indicating that it's not a medicine and we're trying to lie to her about it. A drowny hymn is evidently something that we could hand her if we had gotten one. Presumably, yeah, we can get it to Hoot. That's what I would think. Drowny counterpoint. I really wish we could, now that we've cured the brisk campaigner, or whatever she's called now, I really wish we could do that somehow. To use that information to somehow help the, help Rosina out here. I guess the only option we have is the Needle of Fortis. We'll see what exactly it does. It takes away memories or something, right? Or it gives them memories. I don't want to decrease her condition here. I don't want to make her worse at all. I wouldn't do it. You think this is something bad? I think it'll make her sicker. You might be right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll avoid that. We obviously won't give her romantic literature. It's going to be bad for her. But let's go consider our condition. We can make ourselves sharper, or make ourselves have a capacity for sharpness that is greater. Can apparently also do that with meteor salt and unread logs. We wanted to make it a matter of luck, but we have a better chance with our hearts anyway. We could, if we had better sharpness, turn our lungs into chambers of crystal. Go sharp in the liver to avoid toxins. Flourish in the groin to be oh so attractive. Make our tongue sharp. Turn our skeleton sharp to be strong, I think. Yes. Or make our skin sharp to be presumably also strong. That would also increase our iron here. But we don't actually have any of that. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, I see. We only get one option unless we increase our capacity for sharpness here. I wouldn't mind perhaps doing the acumination of the tongue. I think being able to talk well, though I don't really know how having a crystal tongue really does that. I think it would be a nice skill to have, but maybe I won't pursue this right now. Maybe I will leave this for another time. Yes, I think I shall. I think we'll go and set out from Antha. We'll head over to Codex. We'll pull very far north to avoid... Ooh, oh god. To avoid the Ragged Crow and the Tyrant Moth that lives there. And then we will head on down to Demu Island. We'll drop off our navigator. Another strange catch. Lovely. Give me all of those you can. Well, not all of them. They do increase terror. But we are now able to deal with them pretty effectively. How much health does this fellow have? A Faustic Corsair. It is a devil's ship. Oops. But I think we should be alright. Yeah, I think he's out of the way. I am still having a little bit of trouble handling this ship, actually, though. Because it kind of bows out from the... I think that is actually the bow at the front, right? I think that's the component of the ship that's the bow. Because it gets wider from there on, I keep trying to fit our bow, which is about the same size as our previous ship, into locations, and then I have to readjust for the actual width of the... Stern? Stern. I think that's the rear of the ship. Maybe aft. I think it might be aft, actually. But I just have to readjust. It's a little difficult to more difficult to control. But at least it is very tanky. Not that we've taken any real damage whilst having it. We're just a little bit more safe. We can fight a little harder now. At least that's the hope. Personally, I'm just more I'm happier with the hold situation, the hold size and everything, than any of the actual combat advantages that it has. Having an aft slot is nice, though. It does mean we can have that mile breaker, but I think it still doesn't even out to the fuel consumption we were running before, so that part isn't really technically a benefit on our old ship. We have finally made it to Codex, so we'll be able to drop off our navigator here, and presumably grab a Searing Enigma for our trouble. And You know, we might just give that Searing Enigma straight to our new first officer, because we don't know anything about her. We did pick her up from the Grand Geode, and presumably by giving her a Searing Enigma, we're going to get some important information. It's just assuming the trade is equal. There should be some big piece of information that we get for the cost of our Searing Enigma. Or so I hope, at the very least. Maybe she'll tell us about what the Dawn Machine actually is. I think it created like a sunrise over in... I think we were in Port Cecil at the time, a few streams back. It created like a sunrise in the Neath from about the location where we knew it to be, down in the southwest of the map. So maybe they're trying to build an artificial sun or something. Who knows? But anyway, Codex. Let's go drop off our navigator here. We'll go allow our navigator to join the mute exiles. The stones of Codex crawl with sigils. Your navigator steps into the enfolding silence of the glum gray shore. His tattoo shivers like a nestling gull. Grab the port report. My friend, it has been good serving with you. Spend your days here. Forget your past crimes. Do well. Maybe make friends with all the people that talk only in sign language. You'll be fine. Find a friend. Get some therapy, probably. Does therapy exist in Victorian London? You probably need it. Therapy doesn't yet exist. Invent therapy and then go take it yourself. We'll send you off, though. Goodbye. One of the mute exiles brings him a loaf of brown algae bread. Another gives him a chipped jug of water. The navigator does not thank you or say goodbye. From the moment he sets foot on the isle, he does not speak at all. But he takes your hand in his briefly before turning to the exile's cave. As you leave, one of the exiles tugs at your sleeve. He leads you to an unmarked stone the size of a church Bible, produces a chisel and hammer from his robe, and strikes the stone 3 times. It splits in half. Inside, a sigil the color of quartz glistens, trapped in the stone like a fossil. The exile gestures at you to take it. And we've gained another Searing Enigma from that. Very interesting. The sigils, they clearly mean something. I wonder if there's any way for us to ever determine what they mean. The folks at Frostbound said the one that on the sigil-ridden navigator's head has something to do with not quite being there or something like that. So something in that nature. But yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Well, we got the Searing Enigma now, but we do need to reassign our officer. Oops. There it is. So we've got the Carnelian Exile now. As our first officer. And let's go talk to her here. She has the discomforting, even irritating habit of answering your questions just before you finish speaking. So let's go and feed her some supplies here. Ooh. Wow, we got really low on supplies. I guess we were eating through supplies a little faster than I estimated. I think we'll still use it. I think we should still be okay. Let's go invite her to dine with us and ask her to remove her glasses. You'll need to tempt her with the very finest gossip of the sea, and that is what we have here. Eyes unconcealed. She removes her glasses, folds them neatly, and places them on the table and meets your eyes. Her own eyes are marvelously bright. The irises are amber, the whites seem to be flecked with gold. Yes, she says, I've been touched by the Dawn Machine. I believe you already knew that, or you wouldn't have asked me to remove my spectacles. I might be wrong. In either case, nothing has changed now that you know. We will still be wary of each other. She taps her thumb against her index finger. I am always the same, do you see? I do not change. I proceed on the same path I always have. I am only one choice, and I will be content only when I have no choice at all. Now, let's eat and talk. You promise me something special, and I will give you what little I can in turn. Oh, we gained a mirrors for that. Okay, that's nice. So. We have 3 choices now. We can either protest, the journey is the destination. Each choice you make in future will depend on this one. The ship goes where the captain sails, and where the captain chooses to sail depends on where you've been. We can accept that she's right. She's right. If nothing is changed in response to your choice, then your choice was that of a pawn that chooses to move forward. Or we can throw her out of the cabin. For God's sakes, all we wanted is a meal and a chat, and she's doing philosophy on you. I think we'll disagree with her. I think we will argue that our choices do, in fact, matter. I think she's incorrect. So let's see what she has to say about that. Narrowed eyes. Perhaps, she says, perhaps our choices determine our heading. But at last, when the lamps go dark, there's only one direction. One day we'll go there together. She won't be drawn further. She picks up her knife and fork. Between mouthfuls, she tells you something of the starved men and their wars on the roof. The arts of flesh shaping that they practiced and debated. Starved men and their wars on the roof? So is she talking about the surface, the people on the surface, or is she talking about like actual people on the roof of the Neath, inside the Neath? That's super interesting. All right, that's a new detail that we haven't seen before. I enjoyed this, she adds at the end of the meal. We should do it again when you're ready to talk about salt. So we got a secret, an extraordinary implication. I made a choice for her, apparently, and I gained some hearts for it. Oh, apparently we can do that. And we also have Salt's attention, so we can actually talk to her about that right off the bat. We may do that. We don't know her too well. We don't know what's up. We know that she's not welcome in the Grand Geode. And we have made a choice. So apparently we have unlocked that. And for some reason we need Salt's attention for this. So maybe she's speaking for the Eldritch God of Salt. Let's see. Bread and salt. Carnelian Exile invites you to her cabin for dinner. We need to discuss a certain direction, she informs you. A brisk dinner. I am persona non grata in Port Carnelian, the Exile remarks. I was too close to the new sequence and the machine. I have repented of that now, but I'll never go home. She leans closer. Salt's song, she whispers. I hear it on the wind, the way east, the horizon's road. Will you go east, my captain? Will you take me with you? The way east. So she wants to go where the monkeys of the Empire of Hands wish to go. That's interesting. The horizon's road. That's very interesting. So I wonder if there is a similar thing going east as there is with going north, where there's a certain way you can properly go north, and there is therefore a certain way that you can properly go east. I don't know what to answer about her. I feel like crossing the east border. I really don't know. I don't want to dissuade her. I will drop her off east if she wishes, but I assume that there is something. I assume it won't lock me there. I assume that it will let me return to the Z. Is this it sounds like another ending for us. It sounds like another victory condition. And I kind of want to go for the island of Aeshaven. Aestival? Aeshaven. I think it's Aeshaven. The only island in the entire sea with sunlight. I would like to set up a kingdom there. But I will accept her request. Well, can I? Oh, I hate making decisions like this. I have so little information. She's gotten me no details here. I really don't know what to do. I think you can put it off for now if you want to. I mean, I want to give her a response. No, you're right. Perhaps you're right. Let's put it off for now. So I assume if I talk to her next, yeah. We know we have to make that decision now. Okay. That very complex decision completely unmade. Let's go and set out for home. Let's go set out for Demew Island and then back to Fallen London. Maybe stop off at the salt lines, perhaps? Yeah, I don't know. Practically the biggest difference you get is a different +1 to a stat, I think. Oh, interesting. Okay. If it doesn't lock me into anything, I actually don't mind making that choice. I actually don't mind making that choice whatsoever. There might be future things down the line, though. We'll save the choice for later. We'll save it off. We now have to go to Demew Island, which we are running out of food for. We are going to pick up some crew there, but there's another opportunity down there which we can take, which is to pick up food instead. I don't want to risk our ship slowing down while at Z, so I think I will pick up the cheap Zailor while we're there. That'll give us a bit of a buffer. And then we can head back to Fallen London and plan our next route. With an unaccountably peckish crew is food. I mean, you're not wrong. Looks like there's some bats there. I think we're just about at Demew Island. Maybe a little far. And they're off in the opposite direction towards Venderbite, so... Yep, there is the very edge of Demew Island. So we'll go and stop off at the Iron Misery Company funging station. Hello, my friends. Long time no see. Oh, right, and we had to go here for the Cannoneer, too. So, it's going to cost us 200 Echo. Oh, man. We're getting a long way here. We're going through a lot of storylines, but we're also spending really out the rear to do it. We can trade 2 strange catches for a Sooth and Cooper longbox. That may actually be a decent option. That'll give us access to heart metal, which we can get from Station 3. Perhaps we shall do that. You should just run a good trade route with your massive cargo hold for a bit. You're actually probably correct here. I should probably do as much of that as I can. Unfortunately, the best trade route that we have set up right now is running light from Aestival, mirror catch boxes of light, to Nook for sapphires, to the Chelinet to sell for 700, about 700 echoes of profit, or 450 echoes of profit, because we need to spend $250 echoes each time we get to Aestival for the mirror catch box. It's not a huge loop, but it does take up time and it does risk getting wounded repeatedly. And it's all the way on the eastern edge of the map as well. I think we need a better trade run before we set off for that. Maybe something... Maybe the Isle of Cats. because we do have red honey there. We know that that's being produced there. Very interesting. We'll decide that once we get back to Fallen London. We'll get back to Fallen London first, and then we'll calculate a trade rate, and I think we'll spend the rest of the stream doing that. Because this initial run did actually take a lot more time than I thought it would, though that seems to be the case with every single run that I do. That always takes quite a bit longer than I think it should. But at the Mute Island, at the very least, let's do the thing. We're in for all of the other ones anyway, so let's go bargain with the Factor for a secret. The Irrepressible Cannoneer is convinced that the Factor knows more about a weapon. The company's terrible prototype. You will need a bribe. It's only fair. A shared and sordid past. Even with the bribe, the Factor is reluctant to talk. But it seems the Cannoneer knew him in the old days, and he's even more reluctant to give the Cannoneer talk about the old days. Finally, he gives in. Okay. There is a place called Aestival. Do you know it? It's a striking place. You wouldn't believe me if I told you it's east, a long way east. We took it off all the maps. Not that the maps lasted Z anyway. That's all I know. Now, shall we let the past lie where it fell? And now we have to go to Aestival, which conveniently is, a route that we can take. We'll cross out our crest to go to Dumio Island, and now Irrepressible Cannoneer. Needs to go to Aestival. I always get the two mixed up, Aestival and Ashaven. I think I was saying Ashaven before, but we do need to go to Aestival, and we'll grab a volunteer here for a single echo. We'll fill up our crew a little bit more. And we have nothing to do elsewise. Now, we're heading down to the salt lines here. We'll go stop off there for a moment. I don't think going to Hunter's Keeps gets us a port report anymore. Or maybe that's Mutton Island. I can't quite recall. There is a specific location that no longer gives us a port report. I'm pretty sure it's Hunter's Keep, which is a bit unfortunate, but the salt line should absolutely do that. Absolutely still get a port report from here. Looks like there's a Jilly Fleur over to our east of Fairways. It doesn't look like it's going to get involved with us at all. And we got our Something Awaits Us back. Sweet. So the salt lines have been abandoned still. We might as well use our Something Awaits Us here to pick over the encampment. From time to time, some entrepreneur attempts to continue the disassembly, there we go, of the salt lines. Never ends well, but perhaps they've left something. Nope, nothing at all. We just got some fragments. And a steady breeze from the north. So we'll go and finish our trip here by setting off for home. Finally, we head back to Fallen London. After what we were thinking was going to be a short trip. Can always stop off at the lighthouse, but probably won't. I think it'll cost us a supply to go and talk with them anyway. And we don't need the reduction on terror considering we're so close to Fallen London anyway. We're going to get it reduced to 50 no matter what. But we have ultimately returned home with a success. We crossed off a lot of options here. We crossed off the Sigil-ridden Navigator's entire quest line. We set him down at Codex and received a Searing Enigma for it. And now we have the Carnelian Exile as our new navigator, and we have written down the request of the Merciless Modeste over in Mount Palmerston. So should be good. Now, we do have our illicit goods here in the form of romantic literature. We'd either pay... Oh, 0 echo. Hold up. I'm sorry, what? So we can pay the customs duty on any untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying, surrender any smuggled sunlight. Oh, presumably we'd have to pay that. Or we could talk our way out of the search. Or have a 50% chance of setting something aside. I think I'll just talk our way out of the search. We've got a fair bit of Admiralty's favor. We're not at all injured, so we're not going to be using it on hull repair anyway. Today's duty officer is a patriot. Perhaps you can claim you're on Admiralty business. Yes, we are. Of course, you hint at secret business. The duty officer snaps a salute and barks an order. You may pass. So that cost us 5 favors, but it at least got us out without having anything happen, without getting our ship searched or our items taken or paid off for. Now, we have reduced. Our nightmare strength is still at 3. We have never suffered a nightmare at sea for some reason, despite the fact that we've had that for a good 3 or 4 voyages where it just never popped up. And let's go grab our messages from the harbor master. Nothing too much going on. Checking over Roser's Wharf. Maybe we should have grabbed a long box. No, I think not. Long boxes and live specimens are interested in the Rose Wharf. I'll go grab an agent from the diplomat. Might as well. I thought we had something. Strategic information. We did not have vital intelligence. We can't convert that quite yet. We do have some spare moves in the Great Game. So I might turn in one of those. Thank you for the echoes. The echoes actually mattered to me now. Before it was just an increase in echo, you know, just something that you needed in passing, but now it's actually a very real thing. Do you need anything in specific? You need us to go to Frostfound. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's go submit our port reports here for some money and some fuel. Godfall still exists. Vendor bite still happening. Wither is still Wither. Chapel of Lights is pretty suspect, but apparently you've got a contact there, so I guess you're just kind of being okay with them. The Avid Horizon is still cold and frozen. Khan's Heart. We finally managed to get one out of there. Been to the Salt Steppes, eh? Yes, this kind of material is always of interest. How a nation could be so barbarian and so decadent at once is beyond me. They're terribly dangerous. And we got a fair bit of echo for that. Nice. Frostfound? Yep, still just Frostfound. Codex, we dropped off our fellow there. And they did weird things with hammers and rocks. But we told that to our Carnelian exile, so she doesn't seem to be all that interested in it. She just told us about her philosophy course. Salt Lines is still empty. Dahoot. Oh yes, Dahoot is still Dahoot. We've got no new information from that. Similarly to Demuth Island, pretty much standard Antha exists, and that leaves us all done. Okay, let's check our hold here. We have 26 fuel. That's a decent amount of fuel. I'm more concerned about supplies at the moment here. We have got strange catches aplenty. We will... Oh, we'll go and sleep in our lodging, which is going to cost us a fair bit, considering we have under 1,000 echo now, and it cost us 100. So that has nicely cured our wound without using up a supply. Our terror is at 30, which is okay. I don't know if I want to rest again. Labyrinth of Tigers. Could purchase a live specimen here. I think that would be a poor decision, though, especially considering the ease at which we get them at this point. Alarming Scholar still wishes to collect everything she still wishes to collect. Oh, we got a Judgment's Egg somewhere. Totally forgot about that. I think we will keep our unread log considering the difficulty we have in getting them. Same with their outlandish artifacts and searing enigmas. Maybe we'll give her an extraordinary implication. We have 5. I thought we might be able to turn them into the voracious diplomats, but apparently not. We'll keep, let's say, 2. And we'll give the rest of them to her. Oh, for 250 echoes, yeah. I think we'll give the rest to her. Maybe this is the only place you can turn them in. There are a few of those, but they are never explicit with them. And 3. There we go. Okay, so that shored up our echo situation a little bit. It's not the worst thing. Brass Embassy. Ah, right. We had to escort the Deviless here. Finally. So, she's finally back here in Fallen London at the Brass Embassy. And we can now escort the Deviless to the Brass Embassy. London, oh, the souls, the souls. I haven't smelt so many since. She inhales, eyes closed, face wrapped. Your hackney carriage approaches the embassy. A discreet arrival. The urbane devil meets you and the Deviless by one of the embassy's lesser entrances. He bows, she bows. They chatter together in one of hell's hissing, clicking languages and laugh at a shared joke. For a moment, you seem forgotten, but she turns back. To thank you? No, to pay you. All shall be well now, she says gleefully, and all manner of things shall be well. You've done a terrible thing, and I am terribly grateful. Huh? What? Take this. I've done a terrible thing. Interesting. What have I done? I feel like I've made a decision that has very much interested somebody, but I made it completely without that knowledge. This is a smoldering ruby from the throat of Mount Palmerston. It is scorching hot from her touch. She chuckles fondly as you juggle it hastily from hand to hand. Perhaps I'll see you again. You're so much fun. Ah, we have a captivating treasure now. Lovely. And 2 secrets. Cool. Anything to do with the Brass Embassy? Seems not. It looks like they are only interested in us if we have crates of human souls, shipments of red honey, firkins of red honey specifically, or a report from Fallen London, so I assume we can only do that once. Ah, right, we need to finally talk to the merchant venturer here, because we have his romantic literature. They published this, something romantic and smuggled. They publish this stuff in the Khanate to the east. It may be difficult. They don't trade readily, and the bazaar taxes love stories. I'll pay 1,000 echoes for the 7. There you go. So we got... Okay, we're back up to what I'd consider a comfortable amount of echo. Beyond the gate, there will be many appetites. I cannot be sure how much use these will be, but I can hope. Now, something else. We finally crossed that one off the line here. Okay, so... Bales of parabola linen he wishes for. And... Stygian ivory. I think the Stygian ivory will be a little bit easier to get. We can go cross off all those other trades that we've had. Particularly the bolts of spider silk. I guess we don't really need to go to Savior's Rocks anymore. And then, obviously, the romantic literature. Hello, Lou. Hello, hello. Now, he wishes for 7 bales of parabola linen, which we can apparently... He explicitly tells us we can get an Irem or Dreams, or Wolf Stack, but I don't think we will make any profit off of that. So we'll go and write down his trades at least. I don't think we'll be going for the bales of parabola linen. And we'll probably just go for the Stygian ivory because we can get that at Oh, hold up a minute. Stygian ivory or caskets of sapphires. Caskets of sapphires make us more profit, so we'll keep those, and we'll just go for the Stygian ivory, which we can get at the Chelonet easily and cheaply enough. So, merchant venturer. Either wants 7 bales of parabola linen. We'll write it down, even if we won't do it. That is from RM/Dreams. Or the better option, Stygian ivory. Or caskets of sapphires. From the Chelonet. Perfect. Unfortunately, that is a little bit cheaper. That he's only going to pay us 500 echoes for that, so not the best, but it's definitely more than we would have gotten elsewhere. Now, do we have anything else to do here? I think probably not. We've already talked to the Admiralty and the Diplomat. We've already talked to the Embassy as well to drop off our lovely Wistful Devilus. Labyrinth of Tigers has no interest to us, is of no interest to us. I think we're finally going to figure out that trade route. I think we will go and... Oh, right, we need to store up some more crew here. So let's see, we've got 3 crew, 20. 20, I think it will be plenty. That'll get us loads. And also reduce our terror, which is nice. It'll cost us a little bit of echo, but that's totally fine with the amount that we've now come up on. We will need... We will need to grab some food. And at this point, we need to figure out a trade route. Now, that trade route that we had from Aestival to Nook to the Chelonet is good. Unfortunately, it gives us wounds. So we can really only run it once per trip. Unless we want to risk having 2 wounds, which might escalate into 3 if we have some unfortunate events. I have a feeling that profitable trips will probably be on the eastern edge of the map. Now, there are a few things we have to do over there anyway. We have to visit the, let's see, Rose Gate, so we can finally drop off that unread log. I swear there was another thing we needed an unread log for. Can't quite recall at this exact moment. I'm not seeing too much. We also could visit Aeshaven or Savior's Rocks to go and use Foxfire candles to explore there. It's 5 in Aeshaven, and I think just many in Savior's Rocks here. Real creepy place both of those are. Well, at least Savior's Rocks. Savior's Rocks creeps me the heck out. Not quite sure here. Let's look specifically for sales that we can make. High cost sales. Irem might actually be not a bad option. Though most of their sales have to do with secrets. Oh, or parabola linen. In fact, we can take sacks of dark drop coffee beans and trade them 1-to-1 for parabola linen. Parabola linen, we need 5 of for Mount Palmerston to get the officer there. I do believe parabola linen is also pretty expensive. A sale elsewhere. But I have to go find it here. Where it might be. Dahoot, there it is. So Dahoot wants bales of parabola linen, and they'll buy it at 66 Echo. If we get... What was it? Dark drop coffee beans? If we get that at the cheapest price, which I believe is 38 Echoes over in Port Carnelian here. Let's go and take a closer look. Where the heck did I put that? There it is. Yeah, so... Sack of dark drop coffee beans is 38 Echoes, and we sell it over in... What did I say? Dahoot? Yes, Dahoot. For 66 Echoes, we'd be making 18 Echoes of profit apiece? No, 22 Echoes of profit apiece. It would be a distant set, though. It would be a long way away. But we could also, every time we stopped off in Dahoot, refuel for 10 Echoes, exactly the same prices in fall in London, which is pretty cheap compared to most of the places out there. So I think that might be a decent trade option with our new capacity here. And then in between that, we could do a single trip from Aestival to Nook to the Chelinet. And that would give us 500 bits of profit for that. Oh, right, and when we get to the Chelinet, we can pick up those 7 pieces of Stygian ivory, which for 26 Echoes each, which we can bring back for that 500 Echoes that the Merchant Venturer wishes for. So we are going to have to do a little bit of grinding here, unfortunately. Yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate indeed. I want to stock up, I want to shore up on our Echo count here before we do anything interesting. I don't really think I have the time to make a proper trip doing story-based bits and bobs here and there. I mean, we'll do some on the way. Like, we'll probably stop off at Rosegate and Aestival to do the quests there for the Tobacconist and the Irrepressible Cannoneer. No matter what, they're just kind of on the way from everything, from everywhere to everywhere. But I think we'll focus mostly on getting some profit going here. I think we shall. I think we shall. I think we shall. I think we shall. Okay, so first trip. Here's a plan. We are planning on going down to Port Carnelian. We will pick up dark drop coffee beans, as many of them as we can grab. We will head up. Oh, scratch that. As many of them as we can grab, -7, because we do want to leave some room for our mirror catch box to get filled up at Aestival, get ran to Nook, and then to the Chelinet. After we hit the Chelinet, we will head up to Irem, where we will trade all of those dark drop coffee beans. Sans 1, I suppose, so we can visit the Dream. Well, maybe not Sans 1, because we will already have a wound from Aestival, so maybe we won't even go to Dream and Irem. We'll trade them all for bales of Parabola linen. The Parabola linen, we will go and deliver to... What did I say it was? Consart? I've already forgotten. Shoot. No, Dahoot. So down in Dahoot right here, we'll go and deliver those bales of Parabola linen. I really wish I could like draw on this map, just make a little marking in some way. That would have been a nice little addition they could have made. Would have made it, you know, more like a sea map. But after that, we will have already picked up that Stygian ivory from the Chelinet. So we'll pick up as much fuel as we can from Dahoot. And I guess we'll go off and set back to home then, to deliver that Stygian ivory. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. And I suppose while we're by Irem, we can always drop off at Frostfound and get the Admiralty's business done there. They did mention that they needed that to be finished off, so we'll go and do that, pick up some supplies and fuel, and reduce our terror over there as well. So we're going to be doing a little bit of zailing. We're going to go quite a ways here. And I think we'll not touch upon Adam's Way or Varkas at this very moment. Varkas is close to us, but we do have to make first contact with the folks over there. We'll save that for next time. This time we'll just head on up to the whole deal on that trade route. So yeah. So in Fallen London, we are at 26 fuel barrels. That'll be enough to sate us for quite some time. Supplies are getting a little bit low. Let's see if I can grab some supplies somewhere. Maybe a Restful Night will get us supplies. No, I think not. Oh, this is new. A calling card. A smoky flame of hand-lettered vellum. The wistful Deviless has come to visit. What does she have to say to us? The wistful Deviless comes calling. She is elegant as ever. A little careworn, though. You almost think she looks older, but she will never look older. I miss the peace of that place, she says. Palmerston. You're kidding. Come on. I just dropped you back off in Fallen London like you said you were going. Really? Ah, man. I miss the peace of that place. She says, Palmerston. There was a little wind that walked in the gray grass on the mountain slopes. It carried the smell of ashes. I hated it, but because it reminded me of home. But now I wake and I think I hear it. At the convention, I had a purpose. We were going to destroy so many things, I lost faith in that purpose, but I have no more faith here. I should have never have made you bring me here. We can propose to her. Let's give her some sympathy, though. We won't propose to her off the bat. That's not a great decision. We won't offer to take her back to Mount Palmerston yet. So we'll just give her some sympathy. Lou, seems you're having issues here. You know you don't disappear every time you mute me. It's not something that happens. Anyway, let's offer this sympathy for the Deviless here. Let's console her as best you can. Caustic tears. Her tears make a singed wreck of your handkerchief. It's fortunate that she isn't actually weeping onto your shoulder. I don't have a home, she snuffles. I can't have a home. I should never have been hatched. What? Okay, apparently devils come out of eggs. Oh, Judgment's eggs, maybe. Interesting. You pat her consolingly and wait for her to finish. It takes a while. She seems embarrassed when she leaves, irritated even, as if she blames you. What? Come on. The remnants of the handkerchief are oddly beautiful, actually, like a singed snowflake. You could probably auction it. Oh, we've got a outlandish artifact for that. Okay. Well, is she... Let's see. She's still visitable here? No. Oh, well. We got another artifact, wherever that went. Oh, right. Outlandish artifacts don't stay in the hold. They're just curiosities here. Okay. But we've done that. Whilst we're in our lodgings, could get another captivating treasure. I think we picked up one from... was that the Devilus? I want to say that was the Devilus that gave us another one. But we've already passed 2 down. So I think maybe that's not going to be the case. Do we want to buy supplies here, or do we want to pick them up in Port Carnelian? Port Carnelian will be cheaper. I'm a little concerned that we might not get there, though, in time. I think I want to pick up at least 40 cargo spaces for... No, not at least 40. At least 33 cargo spaces for mushroom wine, because that'll increase our profits as max as possible, with the exception of the fuel and stuff. Or no, sorry, not fuel. Fuel and supplies, obviously. But in regards to the sapphires that we'll make from Aestival. Aestival? Yes, Aestival. So we'll need to go do that. We should bring firkins of prisoner's honey. This will give us some more blemigans, and I think we only need 3 more dropped off in various locations to fulfill whatever that quest is. I'm not exactly sure what that quest is. It's just we have to drop off blemigans in various locations. Not sure what it gives us. I'm not sure who we're even doing it for, but it is a sort of quest that we picked up in the Utter Shroom. So I guess we will stop off there anyway. Can we pick up firkins of prisoner's honey anywhere else but here? I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, scratch that. We can grab them... Oh, in the Market of Hungers in the Iron Republic. So that would be a risk for it. I think I'll just pick up 3 here right now. And we'll just take that. We'll subtract that from our hold capacity. I don't mind that much too. I don't mind that one too much. And bolts of spider silk. I can't really think of where we'll sell it. Not in any of the locations we're planning on stopping off on, surely. Let's see, the Chelinet doesn't need it. Dehoot doesn't need it. Irem. Nope, still doesn't need it. Yeah, not much to do there. So I think we're going to sell off this bolt of spider silk just in Fallen London here. So go do that. I suppose we could do casks of mushroom wine straight to Port Carnelian, right? Sell for 2 echoes a piece, but even then at cost, or rather, it'll make a profit, make a little bit of one. Yeah, we might as well. We might as well fill our hold. Our fuel is decent, and we'll be filling up on supplies in Port Carnelian. So we'll fill up with casks of mushroom wine instead. I think we'll pick up... Let's see, leave 10 for fuel space when we get to the Iron Republic. So we'll pick up to 70. There we go. And that'll make us a little bit of a profit. In fact, just to make it even, we'll pick up that much. And that way, we will have burned some fuel capacity anyway, so we'll be good. Yeah, okay. And now we set out on our merchant trip. Down first leg to Port Carnelian. And we'll stop off on the various locations there. Oh, maybe I should have picked up supply. No, I think we'll make it. Worst comes to worst, if we end up in, well, I guess the Iron Republic, we can buy some food at a slight cost, assuming we can buy food there. Maybe we should pick up some in the Humane Canal. No, I think we'll be okay. Certainly, right? I don't know how to judge the our new ship, like, resource costs. They don't make sense to me anymore. We can at least take this and lose the hunger off here, so maybe that'll help out our situation. We're also, unfortunately, losing sanity or gaining terror, I suppose, at a increased rate because of this blasted fog. Famous last words, hey, I'll be okay, I'll be fine. Plus, you know, if we run out of food, we've got plenty of crew members to eat. Got lots and lots of cannibalism now. And see, we're running into these crabs. They'll reduce our hunger every time we kill them and butcher them up. We'll wait for that next tick of hunger to actually come. There it is. And we'll go eat some more crab dinner. Our crew is getting the most delicious feasts right now. Getting lots and lots of crab. How do I apply the backpack upgrades in Subtech? So, sort of off topic, but you have to make them, I believe. You just combine them in a crafting inventory once you make them, and you have to make sure you make one all the way up. But again, off topic. Have we ever seen this? Hold up. Have we seen this much of the Command Canal before? I swear we've always... I've never looked that closely. I swear we've only ever, like, seen kind of up to here. Are we actually zoomed out more because we've got a bigger ship? Is that what's happened? I can't even tell. Yeah, I really have no clue. That's very interesting. Oh, funnily enough, we've actually got enough fuel and supplies and stuff to go to the surface here. We won't, though. We'll just grab... Okay, we got a vision to surface instead of a move in the Great Game. But... That's interesting. I have never, like, consciously observed that. It's probably been there the whole time. It's probably been present, and I've just not noticed, but that's such a weird sight to me. I feel like it's always been obfuscated before. How very strange. And then down to the Iron Republic, where we can fill up on fuel. I suppose we'll see what markets are available. If it's something valuable to us, maybe we can have it. I think there's at least one market there that trades in mushroom wine, that has a sale trade for mushroom wine. So we might be able to make even a better profit. Okay. Iron Republic. Port report. Oh, Tale of Terror. Memory of Distant Shores. 2 pages. That's sweet. Actually, we don't gain pages with any of our officers, so that's actually really sweet. That's totally great. And now let's open up the Gesundheit. The Gesundheit Conspiracy. Which will open up the shops to us. Ah, there, okay. So, dang, we actually could have got Prisoner's Honey here. I think it's only 4 echo less, but whatever. We'll buy up supply. Ooh, maybe we will buy supplies. We'll buy at least 2 supplies. That should be enough to get us to Port Carnelian. Oh, no. Hold up here. This is way cheaper than Port Carnelian. 15 is the cheapest supplies I've ever seen. Maybe we should get supplies here instead of fuel, because we're still doing fine on fuel. We'll get fuel over in Port Carnelian, and we'll still make a profit of an echo per thing anyway. Yeah, no, that's... I think that's the best option. Because we're still doing totally fine on fuel. I was just getting fuel here because it was cheap, but even at 12 in Port Carnelian, if we get our supplies here instead of fuel, then we will be saving an echo on the total trade cost between the two of them. So I think we'll definitely do that. Let's just fill up as much as we can on supply here. 20 supplies, that'll keep us steady for a while. Well, for some time. And we'll do that whole ordeal. Dang, I wish I would have known that. I might have bought the cask of mushroom wine and stuff here instead. Okay, well that's still fine. Let's go and set off down to Port Carnelian. And you know, if the behemoth stash is swimming around, we might even be able to fight that at this point. We got the fuel and stuff for it, and we have now the ship capacity for damage for it. So we should be good on that. Fortunately, we need to get out of this fog. Okay, I think I should be far enough for my light to make... Yeah, there we go. Make everything feel better here. And we won't bother stopping off by the Grand Geode. No particular need to do that. So let's see if we can find a behemoth stash anywhere. There used to be one that swam sort of by Port Carnelian. Sir Madam Helgen dies to the same behemoth stash as his sister. Irony abounds. Yeah. I mean, it could happen. We have double the behemoth stash's, double its health now, which we definitely did not before, and we almost took it all the way down, too. Wait, why am I getting... Hold up. Why am I getting double terror right now? I've got my lamp on. Huh? I'm not in a fog bank. Okay, that's definitely a bug. That is 100% for sure a bug. But, I mean, I guess while we're gaining it, might as well. Yeah, something about our lamp is not working here. Anyway, we'll sell off all of our casks of mushroom wine here for 2 echo profit apiece, mostly to clear the hull space for us. We don't quite have... How are we going to do this? We'll grab a port report at the very least. Do our spies need anything? Diplomatic agent. Oh, Storm's attention. Right, we need it for this operative here. Insight. One of your operatives is troubled. Her temper is short. A flaw in a spy. My ears are full of thunder, she tells you too loud. Her eyes have turned gray as rain clouds. Let's go help her out. You understand. Your own sleep crackles with distant thunder. She has suffered since finding a package of gouged chelonet bones on her doorstep, a curse sent by a rival. You share a bottle of black wine and stories of your dreams. The spears of lightning, the voice of thunder, the prickling weight of the air before the first downpour. Afterwards, she sleeps soundly. She wakes revivified. Okay. So we've increased our network in Port Carnelian. We have lost Storm's attention, and I guess we don't need to help out our network anymore. I think we also have, yeah, basically tons of intelligence on Port Carnelian. If we seek intelligence, that'll go down. We can also use it to influence affairs. I think... about to say I would think that we would influence affairs this time, but I still don't know enough about what is actually going to happen as a response to that. If I were... I don't really like or trust the Khanate. The natives... it would be a worthy quote-unquote cost to support the natives, but I think our allegiances lie with Fallen London, and Fallen London seems to have pretty good control over this area. I think we might just seek intelligence instead. So let's seek intelligence here. If you have eyes and ears on the Carnelian coast, you can use them to gain more than just a port report. Sure, I totally will. The dangers of success. Your late agent considered this information worth dying for. You blot her blood from the page and apply an old Assyrian cipher. She was not wrong. We now have vital intelligence, and we'll need to rebuild our network. Though we only lost one, so see what they need for it. Romantic literature. Well, it's not something we can do quite this moment, but we'll be okay. And we've still got plenty of influence over Port Carnelian at the moment. So let's figure out fuel and dark drop coffee bean supply here. I forget how much we need for just the other things that we're holding. It's taking up a lot of space at the moment. So we won't be able to get as many as I was hoping for. I was hoping for 33 dark drop coffee beans. But I don't think we'll be able to get nearly that much and have all of the fuel and stuff that we need to traverse the sea. So I think we'll get up fuel first. We'll take that to 25. Maybe more. Maybe 30. Take that to 30. Supplies, I think we're set on. And we'll spend the rest on sacks of dark drop coffee bean here. So we'll fill up our inventory space with those. Okay. Didn't need quite that many. I think I meant to stop at 73 cargo space. But we'll burn some fuel and food and stuff, so it'll be okay. It'll eventually go back down. And that should set us for this run. Now, next stop for us is going to be Rosegate over here. We do need to go submit that unread log to the tobacconist down there, and we're going to have to unfortunately help him out with whatever poor creature he happens to injure in the creation of his cigar, because we did not assist him with murdering the Clayman or the I think it was a Blemigan? The Blemigan, the last time that he was there, so it'll probably be a person, honestly, with my luck. It'll probably be a person, so that we'll have to go murder here. So we'll go sail over, do that. We'll go stop off at the Utter Shroom temporarily to go and, 1, turn our strange catches into live specimens, and 2, trade our firkin of prisoner's honey for Blemigans. And then we'll start moving them places. I think we have dropped them off at Aestival. We dropped one off there. We dropped one off at Polythreme. Maybe one of the Khanate locations? I can't quite remember. I think it might have been Khan's Shadow that we did that at. So we've got plenty more locations around there to drop them off at. If they do want to propagate. And then we'll hit Aestival, Nook, Chalanet, up to Irem, back down to Dahoot. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel to make all of that trip. If we need to stock up some more, we can always do that in Khan's Heart or Khan's Shadow before we head to Dahoot. And we'll just get enough to tide us over, because Dahoot is definitely the better option there. And by that time, it'll probably be ready to and the stream, so we'll just set off back to Fallen London. Dahoud is conveniently within the direct line of Fallen London. And maybe we'll stop off at Rack or something. Maybe we'll head over there. It's been a long time since we've been there. Rack is that underwater location that's been suffering, that we've been occasionally sending out ships to, just to help feed them. So we'll see if they've starved to death yet, which is bad, but, you know, it's not our issue. They're the ones sinking ships and stealing their stuff. Should really get some hydroponics facilities or something to get some food growing down there. I mean, at least mushrooms, right? Like transport some mushrooms from Demu Island and plant them there. I don't know. But we'll go and set off now that we have finished everything. We have finished everything in here, right? Yeah, we finished everything we can do. Our cargo hold is as full as we need it to be. We're all good. We are all good. So we'll go on and set off to Rosegate. Yeah, I really don't know what's up with this. We're gaining terror at 2 ticks. That's actually really bad. Maybe going into this fog bank will reset whatever the heck happened. I think it left over our situation in the previous fog bank. I think that's what happened, and it didn't like update that we left the fog bank. Ooh. There's some of those blue birds, the blue prophets. Don't think they've seen us, so I'm hoping by the time we leave this fog bank, we will... Oh god, they are a little close to us. They are right on our tail. Okay. Yeah, and it looked like leaving that fog bank fixed our issue here. We're now gaining terror at the normal rates for when we've got our light on and everything. So we'll just pass over Eigel. No real reason to go there at the moment. Crew is eating through our supplies at crewman rate. Yeah, so it does about like 1/10 of the supply bar at this point. I wonder if we can move this around. Can we drag that out? No, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't make them only eat when they're hungrier. That would be nice, but not unfortunately possible. Now, there is the Isle of Cats off to our right, but I don't really want to visit that. Even if we do get a commission from there, it's only going to take up cargo space, which we desperately need at the moment. And we're not entirely sure where it'll send us to. It'll probably send us back to Fallen London, which, yes, we will eventually revisit, but it'll be, you know, a long time from now. Ooh, Corsair? We could deal with a Corsair. Well, we'll, or no, Corvette. That's the one. We'll just submerge. We don't really need to deal with him at the moment. Plus, we're almost to Rosegate anyway, so sound the all clear. We'll go and submerge. I love the new animation for the heart when it submerges. It's very nice. We'll go on and dock here at Rosegate. Lovely. We'll grab the port report for the location and then help him make the cigar. Creation of the cigar. The crotchety tobacconist has a dream to create a cigar that could be smoked underwater, and with your help it might become true. Bitter, luscious, robust, 3 flavors, and we'll have the cigar. And now we have the bitter flavor. Some solemn weight for the bitter flavor. The dogged apprentice sits by the hearth, perusing his journal. The master wants this cigar to have a certain weightiness. Wants to make it something that'll stick with you. Do you have anything that might work? Yes, we do. We now have unread logs. The dogged apprentice flicks through the book you hand him. It isn't long before he closes the door with a grin. This is exactly what we were hoping for, sir. Tragic and hopeless. This should prove potent indeed. Oh, you're kidding. There's more? Aw, man. I thought we were over it. I thought that was going to be the last thing. Okay, well, we can at least get that crossed off the list. If I can find the bloody thing. Ah, there it is. So he now needs, what is it, 3 lamentable relics? Yes. Three lamentable relics. I think we can get some in Irem. We also can get one if we try to grab the seed in Adam's Way. Yeah, we got a few places we can get them. But we'll need to do that at a different time. I can't believe that didn't complete the thing. Man. Okay, well, that's all we can do there then. Unless we want to reduce our terror or something. But that'll increase the patience, and he's got no more free patience left for us to get. I actually think creative cigars for the ship will be considered food. So for 20 echoes... Yeah, sure, let's pick that up. So basically, yeah, we get a supply. So that's alright. We could sell our Hunter's Eye. We picked that up from, I believe, Avid Horizon. We got it from somewhere there. But don't really want to do that. It's pretty rare. So I think we will just go and set out from here, head to the surface, and keep on going to the Utter Shroom. So let's go on over there. Just to the northeast. It should be this ways, I think. Yeah, a little bit more north than that. So we'll go on and head over there. Wow, this is a long, empty patch of sea we're going over. Oh, and it started burning blue. Well, we'll just calm them because it doesn't cost us a Z story. It'll gain us a fragment and it'll keep our terror from going up. Immediately, we now have enough high enough stats that we can actually do that, so... We have made it to the Utter Shroom. Perfect. Now, at the Utter Shroom here, we can convert only once Strange Catch to Live Specimen. Yeah, that does use up our Something Awaits Us. We'll go grab the Port Report, and then we will go pick up 3 Blemigans with our Firkins of Prisoner's Honey. And that should, I think that's in our journal somewhere, actually. Propagation, that's the one. So we've been to Aestival, Godfall, Khan's Shadow, and Polythreme. All 3 locations are near us, and we only need... Okay, it doesn't say how many we need. I swear it said that something would happen if we got to 7. So that'll be something we do. I guess locations, we could drop it off at Port Cecil, Nook, Khan's Heart, or Khan's Glory, maybe. I think they might get angry at me for doing that, though. Did we do it at the Chalinet? I actually forgot. I just looked at it, and I've already forgotten here. I believe it was called Proliferation? Yes. We've not done it at the Chalinet yet. So we can do it at the Chalinet as well. And Irem. So maybe we don't even need to stop off at Port Cecil. We can just go straight to Nook. Either way, we'll go set off for Iceville. Get our lovely, lovely box of incredibly damaging sunlight. Mirror catch box here. And transport it over to Nook. Check underwater for hideaway around Iceville. I don't want to do that quite at this moment. Whoa, what the heck? Whoa! Big crab, big crab. Could take him on. Don't really want to. Very concerned. Unless he's gonna look it at us? No. Okay, he lost sight of us. We could have taken him on, honestly, but this is just a nice, calm trading run. I suppose since we're already right here, we'll stop off at Polythreme, pick up the port report and stuff. You could just send a Z-Bat around it to see where exactly it is? Maybe. I don't know if it'll reach, and I want to head straight back to Nook. Yeah, I want to head straight back to Nook as soon as we get there. Yeah, so we can cure our sharpness, but we don't really have that. Perhaps we'll do that next time we're here. But nothing else to do here. Could sell the Judgment's Egg, but I think not. And We Are Clay is being very useful for us right now. So, we'll go and keep that as well. I'll try to send out a Z-Bat. I think it's probably going to be too far away wherever it ends up being for the Z-Bats to actually see it. But we'll at least give it a chance. Alright, and we see the light of Iceville. Send the Z-Bat out here, and then right before we dock, I assume it'll be back. So we'll send it out once there. So right about here should make our range back. Yeah, nothing. I didn't think so. But now, we've made it to our island. Ah, right, there's the prototype. This will consume the supplies, but not the crew? What? Okay. We can get more supplies, right? We'll be fine. Yeah, let's do it. Let's seek out the Iron and Misery Company prototype component. The Cannoneer points. There, the black rocks on the south side of the island where nothing grows. We'll need labor and supplies to dig it out. Iceville's secret days of back-breaking labor unearth a cache of old bones, curios, and a meteorite. The broken armature of steel and copper sheaths its sides. The zailors fall back as the glyphs on the side crawl with fire. That's it, the Cannoneer cries. This must be what broke the roof. It's very frightening. A seal of the Red Science. I never thought I'd see such a thing. But it's sleeping. We'll need a Judgment's Egg and my friends in the Iron Republic. We might be able to find an egg in Irem. The crew shrink back a little. Oh, such larks, such larks. Well, we've already got a Judgment's Egg. And we now have this thing. A sky-scarred hunk of meteoric iron. Size of a wheelbarrow. Burning glyphs mark its flanks. So we need to go to the Iron Republic now. Go and note that down. Good to know. Unfortunately, that does put our supply situation a little bit worse for wear. Maybe we'll pick some up at Nook or somewhere. Or maybe we'll gather supplies here. What the heck? We'll grab the port report. We will fill the mirror catch box. Did we get a wound? I don't think we got a wound. Ooh, did we not get a wound? Let's check. That'll be under menaces. Yeah, no wound this time. Oh, that's nice. We don't unfortunately have the yearning burning bit of it, but okay, that's pretty nice. I think we'll gather supplies instead of go beachcombing here. So, whoa, gain 9 supplies? That is fantastic. No wonder. Gather supplies. The jungle here bursts with life. Exotic delights, breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry zailor from a tree. Aestival is ripe with treasures unknown in the neath. Fill your hold. Wow, so supplies, we could just load up on them here. That's fantastic. That'll sate our needs for probably the rest of this trip. Let's go set off for Nook then. That is great. We are now at Terror 55. Oh, here we go. We'll ignore this to reduce terror, I think. As I was saying, we're at 54 terror now, but we do still have to worry about the constant companion. I'm not sure what exactly marks him coming to us. He just occasionally shows up, but nevertheless, we should be wary of him. He can still do a lot of damage to the ship, even if we do have a slightly beefier ship to go and take him down with. Now, we could fight these unfinished pirates. Oh, there's a learn fluke up there, though. Oh, but they're going to see us here, so let's blow them to smithereens here. And we'll stay on their aft. They've made the mistake of turning around us. Kind of circle each other and fire. Well, we will fire. They will not. Alright, there we go. Unfinished pirates. Down and dead. You've destroyed the unfinished pirates. Fragments of clay are littered across the deck. They crunch underfoot like potsherds. Unfinished men do not surrender. So, what do they have in the hold? A cask of wine. Ah, that's very nice of them. In the flaring light, it's Z-dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine, an acquired taste perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? Nasty little bubbles of goo grapes. So I think we've got a little bit of elitism happening. But with them thusly taken care of... oh, and our terror probably reduced from it. Not by much, by 1 or 2 maybe. We keep on heading to Nook. With the gathering supplies on Aestival, you could always get a bunch. You always get a bunch of supplies, but have 50% of losing a crew. So a good place to get to get supplies if you have crew to spare. Oh, okay, interesting. So yeah, that's actually good to know. Will we take this Corvette? If he continues sailing off in our direction, or if he turns back and sees us, we might. No, I think we're good. Yeah, I think he's just gonna keep going in circles there. We've made it over to a little east of Nook right now. Nook's entrance is on the southwest portion of it, I want to say. Oh, there's a rat ship. Don't want to deal with him, and he's gonna fall back into that vortex every time. Every time I see this guy, he's always in that vortex. He's seen us, but he can't really do much about us right now, so just kind of make a wide berth around him. Yeah, he's totally lost us. And we're just about on Nook here. Yeah, so evidently, with that information, Aestival is a pretty good place to come for supplies. I think we've got enough people now that losing crewmates is not too bad a situation that we have to run into. Are we just about there? We'll start submerging soon. Yeah, I think we're about over Nook right now. Can I please submerge? I'll have to do a UE here. Oh, there's a stream that actually lines up directly with Nook. Interesting. I'm not exactly sure how those streams work underwater. I think we still go slower under the water than we do anywhere else, but if we do have to travel underwater, it will help us to take those, I assume. We'll go sell our mirror catch box here. We might buy a bit of fuel. I think I might get up to, say, 18 or so, just to make sure we can make it all the way to the Challenet, Irem, and then all the way back down to Dahoot to do. Yeah, up to 18 I think we'll be fine. It'll be a little more costly than in Dahoot. Dahoot is a 10 instead of 11, but that should be fine. And Dahoot is 19 for supplies, so we don't need to do that either. We're also doing okay on supplies right now. We won't go down to Nook. I suppose we could, actually. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we've actually got mushroom wine, don't we? So we could go down to Nook. We didn't get a wound from the location in Aestival, so yeah, we might as well check out the bottom of that mouth again. See what we can grab there. So we've got tolerance for Nook water at 6. Now that we've drank that water and started breathing the water of Nook again. Apparently compiling the port report has taken up a tolerance for Nook water? Oh, we can release a Blemigan down there. Okay, that'll work. Let's go release a Blemigan. Go, little mushroom, be free. A place to thrive. The Blemigan daps to the water before it has even left the submarine's airlock. It bubbles contentedly and sinks deep down into the depths where meat is fresher and the light is low. Ah, okay. We're also gaining this taste for freedom stuff. I'm not sure what exactly that is going to mean for us. Anyway, we'll swim downwards. We still have a bunch of Nookweed, I'm pretty sure. No, phosphorescent nodules, that's the one. We've got a bunch of those. So we can use them in the gullet here. Yeah, we've got 18 phosphorescent nodules, so we should have plenty to go down here. Let's keep swimming down into the gullet. Anything could have found its way down here, or anyone. Down, down. Festering bubbles burst against your skin. Every kick and stroke is a struggle. Ooh, and we've lost the tolerance for Nook water. We're at 3. Climb down an undulating tapeworm. This could be a quick way to the depths, or at least into a prominent entry into the into a prominent entry in the upcoming second volume of The Worst Ways to Die at Z. Yeah, let's not do that. Even with our iron as high as it is, we're still at a only 30% chance of having that be something good. So let's see. We'll keep swimming down and we'll use our next one to go up. Yeah, especially since we're losing more here. Really? Nothing new? We have 2. No, we'll leave. We'll abandon it. Oh, abandoning doesn't actually take that up. Okay. We'll have to remember that for next time. We could have gone one more down. So we'll go swim up. Up and up. Could also sample some nookweed here to get some visions, but I think probably not be a great option. All right, solace fruit for phosphorescent nodules. So the next time we come back down here, we can do that. And we'll go and return to the submarine here. We finished in Nook. How refreshing. Ooh. The effects of prolonged stays in Nook can be reduced in Heigl where memories are sacrificed. We are at the very cap of this taste for freedom here that we're getting from Nook. So we'll need to go to Eigel, actually, and reduce that next time. We're all good here. We already dealt with the shop, so we'll go and set off to the Chalinet. And we should be heading a little bit north. I suppose we could also stop off at Nuncio and Con Shadow. Just to either drop off Blimbigans or grab the port reports. No ors about it. We have made it up here. Doing okay on fuel and supplies. Okay being the very much correct word for it. Go grab the port report. Might as well explore along the beach. Ah, there we go. That is where we can go and send our Blemigans off. Maybe grab that once we've done this. So let's seed Blemigans among the rocks. Perhaps they'll find the environment appealing. Rapid rewriting. The seed propagates alarmingly fast here. Within a few minutes, there are Blemigans scrambling in between bits of shale and over the faces of scattered correspondents on the shore. They digest stamps, addresses, sealing wax. Where their tentacles pass over an envelope, they leave behind new replacement directions, deliverable directions. But who knows whether the new addresses are better than the old ones? Interesting. We have deliverable post. And let's go grab this dripping parcel, I suppose. The parcel is dripping seawater, probably. Drowning pearls, dozens of them. And an explanation of how they were harvested that turns the hair. The divers lost among the deep coral, the beasts that had to be fought off during harvesting, the growing terror aboard the ship. All that has been done was done according to your lordship's will, concludes the letter writer. In anger, in pride, in unquestioning submission, impossible to say. So we gained a little bit of terror. We gained a ton of drowning pearls. That's actually great. We can absolutely influence the Tiamat now, should we need to. I wonder what we can do with this deliverable post now, though. I've never seen that before. How very strange. Maybe we do something with that in Fallen London. Either way, we're done in Nuncio. Now to travel over to Con Shadow. We won't step in the Khanate proper. Don't really have a reason to. Everything's pretty quiet so far. Yeah, really nothing too much happening. We're almost to Con Shadow. We'll go pick up the fun stories. And I guess since we have a Something Awaits Us, we might be able to do something else as well. Really like the Khanate music. Yeah, I like that too. I think it's one of the better tracks. I think I like the Port Cecil music the best. Something about that music is just very otherworldly. I really like that one. But this track is also not all that bad. And yeah, we don't need Watchful Curios, so we'll just leave that as is. Nothing here to buy or sell. I think we'll be fine on fuel. We could sell our captivating treasure for 1,000 echo, but I don't think that'll be what we need. I suppose we might as well get another mirror catch box for our next trip to Aestival, whenever that happens to be. Yeah, I think we should be good on fuel and everything for that. So I don't think we need to get here. I think we'll have enough to make it to Hoot after our trip to Irem. Whoops. Don't want to tangle with that dreadnought. Or I think it might technically be a trireme, but either way. Trimaran, not a trireme. Either way, I don't want to go and mess with it right now. Kind of lead him to Khan's Shadow. There he goes. When he turns around, we'll just turn on the lights here. All right, to Shabbleport, to the Chelonit. Now, Chelonit, we're going to go immediately sell off all of our sapphires for maximum profit. I suppose we might as well throw Blemigan here. Perhaps it will nestle in some crevice in the ancient shell. Retrieve it onto the quay. Ooh, ouch. A casually flung fishing spear pierces the Blemigan. It deflates to a soggy mess. A Chelonit grins savagely at you. Some response is clearly required. Good shot, madam. Ah, good shot. Oh, okay, so I guess we don't want to put him ashore at the Chelonit here. We'll go grab the port report, though. And pick up, what was it, 7 Stygian Ivory, I think we said? Pick up 7 of those. There we go. And now, to the Gant Pole. We've got an okay chance of not getting eaten alive there. Hopefully. Go and submerge right over here. Should be a little ways outside of the port when we get under. And we're back in the Gant Pole. We haven't found any oh, I see. No, ignore those. No dreams for you, not allowed to have them. We haven't found any locations or any of the monsters that they wish for us to give them. Oh, ooh, this is a new one. We can explore deeper into the Gant Pole. I won't do that at this moment. Sure, we'll use up our recent news here. It'll boost our apprenticeship. Not sure exactly what that means, but that'll be nice, perhaps. Let's bring recent news to the Fading Haruspex. It may add context to her divinations. We'll boost your apprenticeship to a maximum of 3. Tools of the trade. She listens intently to the latest gossip and scandal. How I miss them, thank you. That makes many things clearer, and other things so much more confused. Let me show you some more of my art. I suspect it will have the same effect. I guess we can ask about the Traveler again. We haven't brought her any new things, but maybe she's just had some laying around? Who knows? Let's ask about the Traveler. This must be the person, the sixth witness, which we met in King Eater's Castle, meant for you to meet. Yeah, no idea. Still no answers for there. We'll go and explore further here. Might as well. Explore further into the Gant Pole. This little light seeps into the mazes of ventricles beyond this chamber. You hold up the candle. The flame flickers as you approach the dry tunnels. A slight breeze pulses through them, carrying it with it a pungent cocktail of salt, stale air, and decay. Oh. Corridors of the heart. You get a 0 chance of success. You wander lost in the depths of the Gant pole. Continue onwards and inwards. Something about the center of the something at the center of the Gant pole calls to you. To the part of you that feels tired, weary, that craves sleep without the inevitability of waking. The more you walk, the closer you will get. I mean, I guess we don't have a chance of success now. Maybe in some point we will. Lost. For a moment, you see a glow in the distance. It fades as soon as you look up. I guess we just keep doing this until we end up happening. Nothing else seems to be changing. Endless tunnels. In the distance, someone whistles a Z shanty. It might be you. Every tunnel twists and turns. Is the little treasure really so much to ask for in such a grim place? So it's starting to be better. One of the fading Haruspex's disciples scurries past, arms weighted down with supplies from deeper in the Gant pole. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. The echo of silver writing glimmers in the darkness. Rejoice, for the end always comes. 30% chance now. Every tunnel twists and turns. Is a little treasure, really so much to ask for in such a grim place. Ah, success. The chamber. A glimmer of silver behind sight. The sharp smell of salt where old zailors go to die. The Gant chamber. At the very center of the heart, the old zailors sit meditating around a briny pool of Gant. The color that remains when all others are gone. Ooh, it's a color! There we go. Most of their clothes have rotted away to nothing or been discarded with the rest of their old lives. The oldest of them sit like statues around the pool. Thick layers of salt armor their desiccated skin. So, we need apparently star shell in order to get this. Let's talk to the old zailors, I suppose. Their unblinking eyes stare through you. No response. They ignore your words. Their eyes do not flicker, even as you click your fingers by their eyes. They just sit, awaiting their next feast of Z-beast flesh. Okay. Well, we know we need a star shell. I'll write that down. So we need, for Gant, you need star shell. And, what was it? The, Foxfire candles. And we need to bring that to the Gant pole here so we can explore again. Apparently, it was supposed to be a difficult walkout, but we managed to do it totally fine. So let's ask about previous visitors, I guess. Let's see if those folks over there have anything to do with it. Who else has ventured down here in search of her wisdom? The tale of the Presbyterian princess. It has been so long. The last who came here without being drawn, long ago. Time enough that these nails were short and this face still held some beauty. Oh, spare me the sympathetic murmurings. I see the present better than I see the future, like any other. But where was I? Yes, the Presbyterian princess was the last to find me. She came from the city on the mountain to ask the fate of an uprising. Not that of the 7 who fell, but the 7 who follow. Would the pain be worth it? She asked. That part I could not answer. Interesting. The 7 who follow. How many kids were there in Varkas? I don't think it was 7. But the Presbyterian, I believe, that's all Varkas' thing, right? Or is that Adam's Way? I think it's Varkas because they had the journey over to the mountain. They had that, they sent off all of their priests and stuff. So that must be Varkas. I don't know. That's really interesting. Man, I wonder if we made the wrong choice there. Oh, it's sort of rough. I guess we can ask more about the art of haruspicy. considering we are now sort of an apprentice. What does she see in the bodies of the dead? The nearly dead, she corrects. There is nothing to be predicted from meat but the quality of one's dinner. A wheezing laugh escapes her lungs. In Babylon, the quivering livers of 100 sheep showed us the fate of the first. In Rome, had Caesar only asked the right questions. It is the life that leads to answers, not the meat. Down here, centuries of life, so many secrets, but the great beasts of the sea pass on so rarely. I cannot hold on much longer in the hope of finding what I seek. Yeah, we haven't run into any of those things, unfortunately, so perhaps we'll find some sea beasts somewhere that we can take on now that we've got our better ship, but we'll let her sit for now. I suppose we'll grab some rancid flesh here for the Chelonit. We're not really going that way. I suppose it's not that far out of the way. But we will go pick it up. We'll head down there very quickly and then up to Irem. Pickled and pungent, your crew would face starvation 100 times before adding the still quivering mass of gluttonous blubber to the supplies. To the Chelonit, however, probably counts as hot cuisine. And we'll go set off from there. Oh, right, after we turn our live specimen into strange catches some more. And let's go and get out of here. Uh-oh. Seems a constant companion is back. Please rise. Please rise. Please rise. Okay, 14 damage, just not all that bad. So it looked like he had a spit attack, and he has like his proper attack. 14 damage from the spit attack is really not that bad. But we now know that we should very much not risk. Oh, we have to go to Dahoot. Shoot. Okay, that's not good. Oh, right. We can go drop off our barrel here. It's only one barrel, but it's a very large barrel. Delitheth, the resolute flesh merchant, dips a finger into the quivering blubber and tastes it with shivering enjoyment. He pays you and gets to work selling it by the cupful. It is impossible to tell if the Chelonit prefer it to their customary diet of rancid turtle meat, but it is at least a different flavor of terrible. His customers are still licking their lips when the barrel is drained to the last oily drop, and we got 200 echoes for that. So that's pretty good. I think we're just going to have to risk it for the hoot. Because we got to make a profit off of this trip. We can't just bring our... there it is. Sacks of dark drop coffee beans all the way out here for no reason. To turn them into bales of parabola linen. And Dahoot, I think, if I check this out real fast, 66 echoes that we can sell them for there. And that is, I think, the highest price that we can probably get them for, or probably sell them for. I do know that in Fallen London, if I look here carefully, can sell them. They sell for 60 echo, but we'd be wasting 6 echo per item there, so it wouldn't be very efficient of us, very good of us at all to do that. I think we've got plenty of hull to spare, so I think we should be okay if the constant companion jumps on us again. Depending on where we submerge, we should be okay to at least get in, and it'll be probably on the way out, same as in the Gant Pole, that it tries to jump us, if at all. We'll spend as little time underwater as possible. Very much not as concerned by the constant companion as I was previously. But we have, finally, made it to Irem. Now, First things first, actually. Do I have a wound? That'll be here. Do I have any wounds? No. So I could actually trade a single... a single one of these Dark Drop coffee beans to actually go to the dream and kind of adventure whatever is going on there. I think I'll actually do that. I'd also like to gain some secrets here, but it doesn't look like I can. We could actually trade our captivating treasure for 50 fuel if we had any intention of doing that and never buying fuel ever again. I think we're doing pretty good on everything else. Ah, I see, it's 999 echoes to buy a secret. Yeah, so that won't be the case. I will rest in the House of the Amber Sky first, and then I'll sell off the rest of the Dark Drop coffee beans. Rest, traveler. Our waters are warm, our cushions are petal soft. Lay your head here. You will be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. Payment in coffee. Yes, please. Close your eyes. The House of the Amber Sky is a roofless place beneath the false stars of the Neath, rich with the scent of Irem roses. Despite the ice, it's warm as a desert evening. You will arrange yourself on the cushions, close your eyes for just a moment. And what now? Probably seek the counsel of the dead here. In this place, the dead might be guides. We'll give you wounds, but we'll bring you closer to the quest's end. Presumably, we could grab some solace fruit. I think that's what this is, if we felt like trading a Searing Enigma. Or we could trade a Z-Story and have a wound for that. Yeah, we'll get the wound and we'll do that. We'll try walking the... Oh, hold up. We could just try with a less than 50% chance. Or we could risk a wound here. I think we'll risk the wound. We will take of the rare fruit, and then we'll rest, recover, and dream. Let's seek the counsel of the dead. In this place, the dead might be guides. The dead were not loquacious. Left the relic rattled, left on across the empty stream, past the stone post marked with white. When you looked for further counsel, it is silent, and you cast it aside. Your hands shook, your eyes were bleared, as if with age or sleep. Now you knew a little more of the paths. When the woods reaches 7, you'll find what you seek. And we've now got 7. Cool. Okay, I guess we can just go for it now. You heard the glory's story. In the heart of the wood, there was a ring of bones standing in the earth like dry saplings. In the heart of the ring, there was an egg the size of a coach, the color of a bruise. In the egg, there was a voice. Apparently, the Scrimshaw Chronicler has asked you to seek the tale of the glory's death on history's beach. Who is the Scrimshaw Chronicler? When do we meet him? I've got no clue. But we have whatever this is. Let's go talk to it. A long, long life. This is where I began, the egg told you. I broke my first shell. I roamed the Untersee. I feasted on monsters. I battened on whales. I grew city vast. I sickened, the Gant pole drew me, and there I died of age and weariness, turning on my back to rot until the hunters found me. The Chelonites have long boasted of how they slew the glory, but they claimed the details were lost in antiquity. Now you know the truth, that they never slew the glory. They camped in its shell like a hermit crab seeking a new dwelling. Interesting. Wow. Okay. Well, apparently we finished that, whatever that was. Wow, how interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Let's sell off our Dark Drop coffee beans here. For that parabola linen. Could buy some empty mirror catch boxes. Probably not, though. I might. What might I do? What was the thing that the new first officer you wanted to pick up needed? Ah, you're right. She needed 5 of those parabola linen. So we do need to save at least 5 of those. We'll keep 5 of them when we sell off the rest at... sell off the rest at Dehoot. That's good to know. Good thing to remember. We'll go and leave all of this. Apparently we can buy more Judgment's eggs if we end up needing them. Though they cost quite a steep amount. They cost 10 secrets, which is a fair bit. I think we'll be okay for supplies, okay for fuel. Set off to Dehoot. Everything else, I think we're good on. So let's go set on out here down to Dehoot. Our terror is getting a little out there, a little high. Oh, you know what? We should actually go to Frostfound first, because we need to meet the folks there who will give us the information from the Admiralty. So we will be able to do that. And that should just be, yeah, not that far over here. They'll give us some fuel and some supply, so I think we'll come out estimatably even. We'll cut down through Khan's Glory and Khan's Heart, might as well. And we can get more fuel and food and stuff there if we really think we're not going to make it. But I think we should be okay. Perhaps not. Maybe we'll pick that up. We've made it over to Frostfound. We will go and dock here to grab our port report. To talk to... Ooh. Okay, so we can talk to either the Iremi or the Withern contact. I think Wither only asks questions, right? The questioning folks. Let's talk to the Iremi contact instead. Also, hold up, Irem. So Irem is really confusing to me. Iremi riddle fishers. Irem is a place that exists like outside of time, it seems. So what is the deal with them? How do the people there exist? What's going on there? Not sure. Let's go speak to the Iremi contact just because I'm interested in how the Irem people actually function with the city the way that it is, where it kind of exists in the future, in the past, and all throughout time. It's kind of an omnipresent thing. A riddle fisher is wearing the blue and red scarf that marks him as a contact. It would be a riddle fisher. What are the odds he'll give you a straight answer? Probably not good. When will the towers topple? Which Troy was drowned? How many battles until the iridescence? Who went east? Perhaps the riddle fisher is trying to help. Perhaps they're trying to drive you out of your mind. You're forced to give up. The mission is a failure. Now, well, we gave it a shot. I don't think we had a better chance with either of them. They're both 50-50, basically. We'll at least grab tea, which will reduce our terror a bit and give us some supplies and fuel before we go. And we'll cut through the Khanate whilst we do that. We'll make sure to take the wider path here, just so our little ship doesn't get caught up on corners or anything. Our large ship doesn't get caught up in corners. Now that we're here, go on. We'll skip Khan's Glory. Do we need romantic literature for anything? Not really. We could sell it for a profit, though. Maybe. In fact, considering we're going to Dahoot and probably heading straight on back to Fallen London, we'll be passing through Guider's Mourn, so we'll pick up, I guess, as much as we can carry. We can sell that at Guider's Mourn for a tidy little profit there. I'll go check the actual economy once I get there, or once I get to Khan's Heart here. But I think it'll be a good idea. Let's go talk to our spy network first. Collector. Oh, he wants a captivating treasure. Well, we did just pick one up from somewhere, so... yeah, sure, what the heck. I'm not using it for any other reason right now. Your agent has a contact in the Leopard, but the sons and daughters of the Leopard are always hungry for treasures. So we gained up to 7. We have a masterful web in the Khanate now. Satisfaction. Your gift is deemed sufficient. This leopard princeling will be prepared to pass on gossip from Khan's Glory discreetly, courteously, when the time is right. Cool. So we now have a 100% challenge here on gathering a port report at Khan's Heart. It'll give us some suspicion, but whatever. We've got tons of Drownies pearls now. Do we want to seek intelligence? Might as well, I suppose. We'll use up our Something Awaits Us. Unless we need to use our Something Awaits Us to actually enter the Nefrit Quarter. Oh, no, right. We're at 9, so we actually shouldn't do that. We'll enter the Nefrit Quarter first. And what shall we do? We'll buy up romantic literature, of course. Now, I should keep in mind our cargo space. So we have, if I'm doing the math correctly, 33 spaces remaining. I want to get up to, I'd say 25. Wait, hold up. 20. So 20, so I need 13 of that, which leaves us as 20 spaces. I want to get up to 15 fuel. So we really only have room for 5. Oh, that's not very much at all. Maybe we can cut the portions a little more here. Can we sell strange catches? No. The strange catches are actually taking up a considerable chunk of our space. Not to mention the Seal of Red Science stuff that we still need to take to... I believe it was the Iron Republic. I think that was what that was. Maybe I'll cut down on supply requirements. We'll buy up to 10. So 10 plus the 13 we're getting in fuel. And we're going to be burning some fuel on the way in supplies. 27 spaces spoken for, so 10-ish romantic literature that we can purchase. Oops. Shops, that's what we wanted. Yeah, let's get 10 for now, just to be conservative about that. And 80 minus 57, I think that is 23. And that'll be the spaces we allocate for food and supply, food and fuel. Suppose I should double check here that, should have double checked that I can actually offload this stuff. No. Really? I thought for certain we could offload this romantic literature at Corsair's Force. That seems exactly the place for it. No, that's not what they want at all. Okay. Now we have a problem. What are we going to do with this stuff? I mean, I guess Fallen London wants romantic literature. They want approved romantic literature specifically. Shoot. Well, we have a distinct issue here. I gotta offload this stuff somewhere. Port Carnelian wants it. They'll get it. We'll still get a profit off of it, off about 3 echo per thing. Parliament of Flies wants it for the same price, but that's a risky chance. I'm actually amazed that the Corsair's Force doesn't want it. Okay. Oh man, let's look around some more. Port Carnelian, the Parliament of Flies. That's it? Dang. I can't believe no other places want this stuff. Yeah, I'm looking at our chart here. Just nothing. Dang. Okay. Well, I guess we now have 10 romantic literature we have to pay taxes on. Customs duty. I don't know how much customs it's going to take. Revenue men in Fallen Legend can turn it into approved romantic literature for 5 echoes. 5 echoes each or 5 echoes total? 5 echoes each, that becomes an issue. We're going to be making a big loss on it. 5 echoes once, that'll be okay. Each. Shoot. Okay. Maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we will stop off at Guider's Morn. When we stop off there, we will go pick up a... see if I can find it here. A concealed compartment. That is 750 echo. I believe that is an aft slot component. Before we set into Fallen London, we'll go and quickly switch that on. Or maybe we'll do it at like the salt lines or something. Somewhere on the way back. And maybe that'll allow us to conceal that. Hopefully. Plus you can't sell it for more if it's approved. It sells for the same price at Fallen London shop. Yeah, that sucks. I have no idea why anybody would get approved romantic literature then. That's a terrible trade. Alright, well let's set out for Dahoot, and we'll try to, we'll see if that secret compartment can help us hide from the feds over there. Hide from the revenue men. Right now we just have to get to Dahoot. It should be this way. Yeah. Though, no, fuel and supplies. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. It'll be tight, but it'll be fine. We just have to make doubly sure that we make good time and good terror to Dahoot here. Yeah, so we'll cut the far end of this area. This is a shaven Godfall. And just outside there should be Dahoot. So, where are we at? We're a little ways north. Dahoot's entrance is on the east side. That much I do remember. So we'll want to just skirt it and then head underwater. Yeah, so we should be good to submerge just here. Out of curiosity, do you have the ability to check what the number given to you for something awaits you is? What the number given to you for something awaits you? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking here. Now we've got Dahoot. So we'll grab the port report here. I'm gaining clarity, at the very least. Not sure how much this will do. We'll sell off our bales of parable linen, making sure to leave 5 for our friend up in Mount Palmerston who we're trying to get aboard. Something awaits you gives you a number between 1 and 100, and that determines events when it gets into port. I have never seen that come up. Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't give you that. I think that sounds like something that would be very much concealed from the player anyway, because it's sort of a random chance thing. It would tell you exactly what happens. But we'll make sure to get fuel here. How much did I say? I said 20, 25 fuel, 20 fuel. Make sure to get supplies as well. I think I said 15 supply. 25 fuel. Yeah, that'll keep us comfortable. Though I think 20 fuel will actually be enough. I suppose it's the same as in Fallen London, but we'll be getting fuel for free, so it doesn't matter too much to us. Yeah, we'll just stick with 20. I think that'll give us all we need. Now, to Port Cecil, Guider's Morn, the Salt Lions, maybe Iraq, and finally to Fallen London. First things to do is to re-emerge up from the seafloor here. That's what I thought. I was just wondering since the guide shows numbers. Yeah, that's definitely something that's obfuscated from the player. I'm sure that there's like a modification you could make to actually see it, but definitely not something I can currently see at the moment. I mean, it would be interesting to see it, but I don't think it'd be very fun. I don't think it'd be very interesting. It'd kind of take the mystery out of what events were coming. A little bit of obfuscation is necessary to make things just that little bit more mysterious. Ooh, and maybe we'll get the Port Cecil soundtrack. Maybe? Maybe not? There we go. Look at that. Listen to that. That's great. Wasn't going to spoil anything, just curious if that was something they showed the player. Yeah, no worries. I know exactly what you're talking about here. Oh, am I going to be able to fit through that gap between the dock and the other side of the island? I got a big ship now. I'm pretty chunky. I think I'll be okay. Oh yeah, no, we'll be fine. I'm worrying. I'm over worrying here. But we are now in Port Cecil. So we'll go pick up our something awaits us. Or sorry, we'll go pick up our port report. Could explore the Coral Knoll. I think we'll do a little bit of chess. 68. Ah, success. Gain of pages. Oh, and an extra move. Okay. Don't know exactly what that is about. An extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, "Pawn to Bishop 6." A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a mitred bishop indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. Ooh, what is this? What is this indeed? A stronger silver. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Regular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards. The pulse of the principles. Silvery light fills a sea cave, dripping from the walls. It condenses to pools of whitish fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sounds fill the cave, strong and slow, like the long beating of a heart. On a square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishop, the corner roots, the kin, and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers its name. Move a paw, the cat's paw perhaps, or the skin's paw. This is a safe move. Move a knight. The knights are fanged like lions. A touch will wound you. This is an aggressive move. Or we can leave. So do we want to go with the safe move or the aggressive move? We're a soldier. Let's go all in. The wound sounds worrying. I don't currently have a wound, right? Not here. Menaces? Oh, I do have a wound. Okay. So maybe we'll move the paw. Or maybe we'll come back to this later. I think we'll have access to this later. I want to move at night. I think it would be a better move to move the night, but with the wound right now, I think that is not a good idea. Let's go explore the coral knoll as well here. With our something awaits. A sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. Some disturbance of the undersea has brought sunken ruins up out of the water, but these stones were lost beneath more than just sea. They are half encased in a smooth, translucent orange substance like amber. Even as you watch the ruins groan and shiver, the convulsions that brought them up will soon take them below again. So let's go examine them. The amber encasing the ancient stones is cracked under the grinding pressure of the earths. You could scramble in and examine them, of their bones. You squeeze through the fissures in the amber shell to explore the ruins within. The dwellings are low and windowless, thick-walled, flat-roofed, like those in desert countries. Nothing like anything in the neath. You find shattered pots, glass beads, and bones, all mired in amber. There's something wrong about these bones, one of your zailors mutters uneasily, a seasoned woman with little surgeon's training. She's right, the shape of the skull is not precisely human. The arm bones have splayed out like twigs off a branch. Another exclaims as he finds the bones of a small animal coiled together like knots of serpents. Shapelings, someone hisses. You think that's what they say, but none of your crew will admit to speaking. There's a rumbling from below. You all scramble desperately for the exits in the amber casing, squeezing through one by one just in time. The amber snaps shut, and the ruins sink again beneath the waves with a tremendous roar and show of foam. Okay, that's a success. We only got 20 fragments from that? Really? Wow, color me surprised. I thought we would get way more from that. You can do it, just make sure not to get more wounds. I don't want to do it because 2 wounds, if we get bad events at sea, could mean that we get a 3rd wound and we'll just die outright. I never really want to be above 1 wound if I can help it. If I get a bad event at sea with 1 wound and get to 2 wounds, that's okay. If I get from 2 wounds to 3 wounds, we're just dead. That's the end of gameplay. You're completely lost. So I will save this for the next time we come here. I'm pretty sure, now that we've reached that threshold, that we will be able to find it again. But we'll set out from here to Guider's Mourn. We'll go get that concealed compartment that we'll go trade out when we get to the salt lines or thereabouts. Conveniently, Guider's Mourn is just across the waves from here. So we shouldn't have to take too long getting there. I think it's on the north side here? Yeah, there it is. So we'll go and spend a little time up here. Guider's Mourn, all the way up there. So, suppose we'll gather some intelligence. Got a fair chance of it. Success. In caution, a steaming bathhouse on a spur of rock. Water slops over the edge of tubs, out over the edge to join the Z far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken and the victims they have marked out. You listen from the shadows. Okay, now that we're here, we are not going to be getting robbed by these fuel and supply prices. Heck no. We'll go get this concealed compartment, though. This does go to aft. So, we'll go and pick this up. We'll just store it for now. And we will set out to sea. We'll go to the salt lines, and when we get to the salt lines, we will go switch out our component here, so we can hopefully smuggle these romantic literature pieces that we've got. Back and out. We'll just store them for our next voyage out. We'll take them down to Port Carnelian, probably. And we'll go and sell them there for a little bit of profit. Okay, salt lions are approaching. This should be, yep, there, right on cue. We're dreaming spooky dreams again. We haven't had a proper dream in quite some time, though. A proper nightmare, that is. So we'll stop off here to grab the port report. It'll be, of course, the same as always. Even time is halted here. Who comes to survey the ruins? And I suppose we'll go and pick over the encampment. Ah, a barrel of Murgatroyd's fungal crackers, a sack of coke, a tear-stained Bible, an odd slick of blood. Take what you can and leave. Supplies, terror, fuel. All okay. Well, not the terror so much, but it'll be fine since we're getting just about back to Fallen London. We'll go and make our way finally back. Ooh, we forgot to equip our concealed stash there. We'll go dock at the ship over here. That'll do it. If we can't do it here, then we'll also we can alternatively dock at Mutton Island, which is just to the south of this, I think. Yeah, maybe a little ways out. Perhaps Hunter's Keep would be a little closer. We would dock to these guys, tell them a tale. Throw on our concealed compartment. Yep. So how does this work exactly? Do I have to, like, throw something? I don't see a compartment specifically here. Can't move that around. Okay. I guess it just helps with, like, a check or something. Oh, and apparently we don't have any recent news, so we can't talk to them. Try right-clicking it? No, it doesn't do anything. I think it's okay. I think we'll be fine. Suppose any officers that came aboard our ship would probably be pretty unnerved anyway, considering we're driving in a living heart. Oh. Okay. What? We docked in Fallen London and we didn't get searched at all. Okay. Weird. You don't always get searched? I guess we've been just getting searched so often that I kind of assumed it would happen. Okay, that's totally fine then. I guess we didn't need that equip anyway. So something durable. We have, for the Venturer, our Stygian ivory. Murder enough monsters, or you can purchase it with purchase it in the Chelinet, far to the east. They're flooded with dead monsters. I'm not. 500 echoes. Yes, it's generous. Be quick. There you go. So we've gained 500 echo from that and lost our Stygian ivory, which is great. It was just taking up space in our hold. Okay. Oh, hey, perfect. You wanted romantic literature? Guess what I've got, buddy. Guess what I have here. I guess that's just kind of convenient for us. We'll go and turn in that romantic literature, get a cool 1,000 echoes off of it. Anything else? Ah, dang. Okay, back to the bolts of spider silk and Zoop. I might try to get the spider silk this time. We've got Zoop the last couple of times we've had this, but now that we know where Savior's Rocks is... Savior's Rock? Savior's Rocks. Savior's Rocks. Now that we know where that location is, we have... a reason to go there. And that should get us a reason to search around there. Okay, so I'll just note that down. Merchant Venturer. Wants 21 spider silk or 7 Zoop. Perfect. That'll be something for next time. Do we have anything in our hold of interest to the diplomat? Think not. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Oh, right. Bales of Parabola Linen for the officer. Okay, I forgot. I thought I had forgotten to sell that. But no, I did not. And we'll re-equip the mile breaker here so we can get that back. Suppose we should turn in our port reports. We could also submit this vital intelligence, but I think I'll hang on to that at the moment since our only one. Anything in particular you need? Frost found again? Okay. We can ask to not go to Frost found. I don't mind it so much. It's not that bad. I do find it funny that he requests that we can request that he please don't send me to bloody Frost found. It's pretty funny, to me at least. Oh, and in fact, that may be a better option. Oh, but it'll use an Admiralty's favor, though. Because we're not quite sure that Frost Found is a good option here. Because we do have the chance of not getting anything out of there. We'll just submit our port reports for Guider's Morn. Yep. Port Cecil. We'll keep holding on to Mount Palmerston, because we'll probably be hugging the south edge on our next voyage out. Nuncio, yep. Humane Canal, Khan's Heart. Got that. That should pay out a decent amount. The Utter Shroom, the Iron Republic. Oh, that's nice. We lost some terror this time. Didn't explode. Polythreme, Port Carnelian, Frost Found. Aestival. How am I doing on hold space? Oh, I got loads. I don't even need to worry about that. The Chelinet, Con Shadow, Irem, Salt Lions, Rosegate, Dahoot, the Gant Pole, and Nook. So we should have tons of, 31 fuel now, and we can actually carry that much. So it's not that bad a solution here. Frostfound is one of the nicer areas in the Z. People reduce terror and give you stuff just for chatting with them. Yeah, it's not too bad. The location itself. It's just the particular quest to get sent over there is a little bit rough sometimes. But with all our port reports turned in, we should, well, go grab the recent news, might as well, which will reduce some terror. We should sleep. Yeah, there we go. That'll lose us some terror. Oh, I guess if we don't get searched, we don't reduce our terror. So we're still at 53 here. But we did at least lose our wound. And anything else around here? I don't think I have anything for these fellows. British Diplomat. I don't really want to do too much here. Yeah, I think we are all good. And that'll probably end it for the stream here. We are an hour over. Next time we head out, we will head down to the Iron Republic to figure out that whole weapon ordeal we just picked up from Aestival. We'll go and do that. We'll go continue down to Port Carnelian, where we can sell off our romantic literature. Then we'll probably make our way over here, maybe pass through Adam's Way, pass through Varkas, see what's going on in both of those locations since we left. We now can access this southern river here. We have a living ship, so it wouldn't actually eat at the hull. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. It seems like something that is very much a do it if you have a reason to do it sort of deal. But that'll be that. We do still, unfortunately, have to, let's see here, get something for the tobacconist. I thought the unread log would be the last thing we need, but it turns out we need 3 lamentable relics. We only have 1 at the moment. So we'll need to go get that at some point and get that to Rosegate. We need to go to Savior's Rocks to go pick up those bales of spider silk, the 21 bales of spider silk there. Then we'll probably visit the Uttershroom to turn another one of those strange catches into live specimens. We might actually bring that back over here. We might bring that back and convert that in our study instead of actually using it somewhere else. And maybe we'll go to the Shepherd Isles and trade out one of our many strange catches, turn that into was that a hunting trophy? No, a long box. And I think it might be a hunting trophies that actually turn into the long boxes there. One way or another. And then we will eventually go up to Mount Palmerston and recruit the officer there, the first officer who is up there, who we have and have been carrying the parabola linen for, those 5 bales of parabola linen. We'll go and get all that done. Maybe we'll head up to the surface with the amount that we've currently got here. Yeah, maybe. Wait, did you have something awaits you when you docked? Apparently not having that makes it so you can't reduce terror. We did not, in fact, have something awaits us. I think we stopped off at the salt lines, and we made too good time getting to Fallen London for that to come back up. That's not too terrible, though. I think we'll actually just do a quick run the first time around. We'll head down to Cuman Canal, Iron Republic, maybe the Grand Geode this time, and then over to Port Carnelian. Then we might just sail kind of zigzagging our way back up to Mount Palmerston, since I really want to do that. I want to offload my bales of parabola linen. We have a bigger hull capacity now, but it is still kind of full at the moment of a lot of random things here and there that I'd very much like it not to be. But we'll do that next time, and that will be next Tuesday at 3 PST. If you want to go join then, I will be streaming this then. If you're not just interested in the Sunless Sea content, I will be coming back tomorrow at 3 PST playing Sevtech Ages, a Minecraft mod focused on long-term industrialization, and we have just gotten a little bit of factory machinery set up, and so hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit more done. And again, that'll be tomorrow at 3 PST. I hope to see you guys at one of those 2 times. If not, I hope that you sail across the ocean of your own, discovering mysteries, and maybe help out a sigil-possessed friend go and live his life as a mute on an island somewhere. As for me, I'll be headed off. Cheers, everybody.